from Konape Bulawayo to also stand up, label and lead us to Justice the Cheer slogan. Madam Musa is going to talk to us a few words after I finish all the introductions. The leadership of Bulawayo, can you just stand up quickly? The Cheer territorial leadership. Those who are here. That delivers. That delivers. That delivers. Yeah, boy. Okay, I'm also going to ask, the Cheer is a membership-driven organization which has structures across almost the whole country of Zimbabwe. So, leadership here to a national comes from various areas. For Napa, we have the PWD, People with Disability, National Chairperson for the Cheer, Vela Konape Plum Tree, Baba Moyo, Baba July Moyo. That delivers. That delivers. Yeah, boy. We also have organizer, vice national organizer from Sichia, Uvela Binga, Ubaba Samson Sibanda. That delivers. That delivers. That delivers. Yeah, boy. We also have the third vice national president of Sichia from Kariba, Mama Stella Chivandikwa. That delivers. That delivers. That delivers. Then we have the national president of Zichia, Uvela Egwanda. Also, she is the StreetNet International president. In Zichia, we have an international affiliation where our organizations, OMK, who represent our informal economy workers in the world, affiliate to. So she is the president, the international president of that organization, StreetNet International, Madam Lorraine Sibanda. That delivers. That delivers. That delivers. She is also going to talk to us just in a short while. For Napa, we also have coverage. We have SIPE, people from SIPE, which we are partnering in this organization, in this program. We have Mr. Mark Oxley, who is the consultant for SIPE, and he's working with Mutsa. I'm not seeing where Mutsa is, but they are here. Mark will also have a few remarks pretty soon. Mark? That deliver. That deliver. Then we have some people from the media who are here. We are also, definitely we have the police. They will be, there are, maybe some of them have already arrived and some will be here. They are part of us. We have people with disabilities who are part of us. So we welcome everyone according to your constituents and the way you have come from. It's important for us to highlight that for Napa, we are not promoting any political party. Ne? It's just an interaction with our prospective candidates from any political party. And we have the moderator who is going to lead this interaction. Our moderator is Madam Busindlovu Bebe. She's going to take us through. She will introduce the electoral candidates who are here, be it MPs and councillors, and she will lead the session of the moderation. Madam Busi, can you just greet the people? Yeah. Thank you, Madam Busi. So now, quickly, we are giving over time to the president of, okay, before I give over time, we also have an organization we work with. We have people from Zimbabwe Cross-Border Traders Association who are here. We are, I'm not sure, we are also expecting people from Isimunye. We are also expecting people from Bulawayo Vendors Traders Association. And we are also expecting people from Swita. They are also going to be part of us in this program. Can I quickly give Madam President for the Chia Bulawayo Territory, Madam Musa, to just come and say a few words. After Madam Musa, I'll also ask Mark from SIPE to come and say a few words. Then after Mark from SIPE comes to say a few words, I'll also give all time to our President, Madam Lorraine Sibanda, to also come and share some open remarks for this session. Thank you.
President wezizia Bulawayo Territory. Angilawo amazwi amaningi ngizawasho, kodwa ngizatsho ukuthi siyalamukela lonke koBulawayo. Siyabonga ngokubuya kwenu elikwenzileyo. Njalo ngiyathemba ukubana lolu hlelo luzahamba ngendlela eyiyo njengoba nje esiwethethilo. Njalo futhi siyathemba ukuthi uNkulunkulu wethu uzasikhuphelela kukho konke esizakwenza. Njengoba libona ihlelo lethu silwenzele endlini yenkosi, so sithembele enkosini ukubana yonke into esizayenza uJehova uzasikhuphelela kukho konke esizakwenza. So engingakutsho bazali ukuthi size lapha namhlanje sonke singomama obaba, yithi izakhamuzi zakoBulawayo, siyakwazi njalo ukuthi yithi ama-ratepayers edorobho lakoBulawayo, iphinde njalo sibe yithi abasebenzi kuloleli dorobho lakoBulawayo. Siyavumelana. Ngakho-ke yikho lizwi esithi simuse abaphathi bethu, aba-members of parliament, ukubana sizokhuluma labo ngalolu suku lanamhlanje ukuze basethulele abazasiphathela khona njengoba sisiya kuma-elections, ukubana nxa sesithatha abavotela sizwe ukuthi basiphatha ngayiphi indlela, basibona njani njengabantu abanjani, basamukela yini, bazasimela yini ezikhalazweni zethu. Ngoba isikhathi esiningi thina sihlala singabantu esingani sikhangelelwe phansi, kodwa thina abanikazi bomsebenzi asizikhangeleli phansi, ngoba siyakwazi ukuthi umsebenzi esiwenzayo uqakathekile. Umsebenzi esiwenzayo yiwo wenza ukuthi abantwana bethu bakwanise ukuya ezikolo, yiwo wenza ukuthi sikwanise ukudla. Sonke ngiyathemba ukuthi nxa sisuke ezindlini namhlanje sisuke sinathile itiye elesinkwa leRome. So umsebenzi esiwenzayo singawukhangeleli phansi bazali. Ngamafitshane siyalamukela lonke. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you, Winston. Madam President of ZCHEA, office bearers of ZCHEA, and ladies and gentlemen, everyone who's here, thank you for taking the trouble to come and be with us today. Particularly to our party representatives, thank you for giving up the time. I know that this is quite a busy time for you, and a couple of you do have to dash off to other meetings, but thank you for being with us. My name is Mark Oxley. I'm the field representative in Zimbabwe of the Center for International Private Enterprise. SIPE is an American-based organization which promotes democracy and governance in business. The work it's doing in Zimbabwe is we've been working with the ZCHEA and the Informal Economy Associations for nearly a year now to develop policy initiatives to submit to government to try and improve the policy environment for the informal economy and for informal traders in this country. I don't think I need to say much more. I don't want to take up the time that is due to our speakers, but once again I'd just like to say thank you for being here, and I hope we make this a very, very fruitful session with some very constructive ideas coming out of it. Thank you. I give thanks to
to President Lawrence Banda from Zimbabwe.
Good morning, everyone. Livuka njani lonke. Mina ngizakwenza umsebenzi ube lula kumna wami ubusi. Nami ngingumandlovu. So ngizakhuluma ngesikhiwa phinde ngikhulume ngesindebele. I'm going to make the job easier for Busi, my sister. I'll speak in both Ndebele and English. And before I start speaking, I'm a free spirit. I'm not used to being behind bars. So I'll move away from the pulpit. To start off with, we are here gathered to talk, have a dialogue with aspiring candidates who have given themselves up to say they would like to be our servants at parliamentary level as well as local government level. Namhlanje sibuthene lapha ukuthi sizexoxisana lalaba bantu abathi bona bafuna ukuyasimela eparliament, babuye basimele nasekhansilini kuma-chambers ekhansili. Sixoxa nabo sithanda ukuthi sinanzelele ukuthi eminyakeni edlule eZimbabwe ephosibe ngu-40 besiphila sicabanga ukuthi umuntu oseparliament ngukhansila, ngushefu, ngubhosi wethu. So thina ezithiya sithi akutshintshe lokho ngoba sesifundile, siyakwazi ukuthi obhosi yithi, laba abaya parliament basebenzela thina. In brief, I would like us to note that for the past almost 40 years in Zimbabwe, there has been a trend to regard parliamentarians and councillors as the chiefdom rather than the servants of the people. Today, here gathered at Zimbabwe, we would like to make a point to say that we as the electorate and the masses are the bosses. Those who have offered themselves up for leadership positions in parliament and local government are our servants. It's a servant leadership, not the other way around. And speaking of which, we have seen certain trends where if you call a meeting, you would have to wait for the parliamentarian. They come 3 hours later. You wait for the councillor. They come 3 hours later. That trend must change. I have noticed before that there is a great musician whom I admire, Yuma Segela. He said everything must change. We move with the same mantra. Everything must change. We are the majority of the people, and the power of the fish is in the water. We are the water, the candidates are the fish. Engithanda ukutshwa ukuthi izinto kumele zitshintshe. Yithi obhosi njalo amandla enhlanzi asemanzini. Thina abantu singamanzi. Laba abazinikela ukusisebenzela bazinhlanzi ngeke baphile singekho. Ngemva kokuthi lokho ngithanda ukuthi khululekani, likhululeke kakhulu. Siba interviewe laba ababuyileyo lapha namuhla. Sibabuzisise, basithembisani, bazasenzelani. Asifuni kuzwa othethisa omunye ayisikho esikulande lapha. Sifuna ukuzwa ngawe wena candidate. Tell us what you are capable of as a candidate. Tell us what you are able to do for the people of Zimbabwe as a candidate. Don't insult other candidates. Don't insult other political parties. For what we want is peace as Zimbabweans. Peace to work without violence. Peace to work without harassment. And having said that, I would like to say, as informal economy workers, we have been criminalized, we have been harassed, we have been victims of polarization, where political parties have used us as pawns in the past. We say that should change. We shall no longer be anyone's pawn, neither shall we be guinea pigs for anyone to experiment their rally tactics on. There has been a trend that political candidates go to rallies where they engage in monologues. Bazikhulumele nje bodwa umuntu exoxa yedwa ekhuluma kufunayo. Abantu kababuzi kabacomment because it's a rally. Yena umi phezulu estadium uye yedwa le microphone njengezithiya sithe asikufuni sifuna ukuhlangana nabo sibe ku same level njengoba libona itafula le iyalingana leyenu akulamuntu ophezulu. We have said as Zithiya, we are on the same level. We want to converse on the same level with the candidates. That is why we have a low table and not a high table. And rounding off, I would like to say to the candidates, the game has started, the competition has started. Let's see who will do best. May the best woman win. May the best man win. And because in Zithiya we are free spirits, I cannot sit down without singing and creating an atmosphere in this world so that people speak freely, so that people speak from the depths of their hearts. And so zenhlale phansi ngingahlabelanga ngoba njengabamembers ezithiya nxa sikuspace sethu sifuna ukukhululeka asikho ethareni lapho esiyagijinyiswa khona ngamapolisi. I'm going to sing a small song. Ingoma lesijayele ukuyihlabela ebholeni kodwa ngizayihlabela lapha to encourage these contestants. Inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, kuthi kamvote, kuthi kamvote, kuthi kamvote, kuthi kamvote, inkonkoni yajama, kangeni inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, kuthi kamvote, kuthi kamvote, kuthi kamvote, kuthi kamvote. Thank you.
Thank you, praise. The spirit was coming up. Some were still sitting, but they were about to stand up. So, okay, quickly, this time we are leaving time to our Madam Moderator, Madam ZAPU, to take us through the next session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam President, ngizokufuna ukuthi ama-podium singawadayili kakhulu ngawo emsontweni anti ngabafundisi njani badala njani. Right. Sesingena-ke emzileni yendaba esiyilande namhlanje anti silande ukuzokuzwa ukuthi ama-candidates laba abathi sifake uxa eceleni kwemipikitsha yabo ku-ballot paper basiphatheleni thina njengama-informal traders. Mina ngithi thina ngoba lami am-informal trader. Ngitho njalo ngoba isikhathi eziningi even when employed ngisebenza vuka ngisemsebenzini ka-8 to 4 kumbe 8 to 5. After 5 anti ndawo omunye umsebenzi engiwenzayo. Kwezinye isikhathi khona phana nxa ngingu-mistress kumbe ngile airtime yami lamaphutha ami lezinto zami engizithengisela abanye bami anti ukuthi ngikhuphukise imali engiyitholayo ngoba leyi formal trading ayenele anjo. So sonke eZimbabwe sesingama-informal traders somehow. So sifuna ukwazi ukuthi what are these candidates promising us once they get into office? And we are going to take this meeting this way. We are going to ask first our MPs, candidates for Member of Parliament, to come forward and share with us their proposals. From 5 to 7 minutes on their time. We have 2 candidates here vying for MP. They are going to come up and introduce themselves, from which political party, and then say what they are promising the informal trade sector for 5 to 7 minutes. And then we have 2 other candidates for council. They will tell us which political party and which ward they will be running for. And they will also tell us what they are promising informal traders in those wards, in the chambers of council. Labe council inbona ibesifuna kakhulu ngoba yibo lapha basithinta khona nxa sesi-informal trader lapha emgwaqweni. Yeah. So ibesifuna basitshele after the MPs. And then when they have finished, MPs bangakhuluma sesithatha imbuzo yenu bomama labo baba qali belibhala phansi ukuthi lifuna ukubuzana mhlawumbe ukhona akukhulumileyo elingakuzwisisanga kumbe lifuna ukuthi liduzelele kukho kumbe lifuna ukubuza ngakho libhale phansi. Then when we take questions selizababuza liqondise umbuzo directly to umuntu elifuna ukukhuluma laye nje kumbe lifuna bonke baphendule bakhulume something lizababuza but lapho futhi isikhathi senu sabe sithi come ungaphonga uphakamisa isandla ukuthi la usuku uthe lami ngike ngakhuluma hayi nxa umuntu sebuzile into ofuna ukuyibuza ungasabuzi kuzobona engani akukabuza ngithi ngingamotshi isikhathi sethu esiningi ngicela ukubiza mina njengomama vele ngifuna ukunika omama ithuba kakhulu. I'd like to call upon Miss Nicola Watson to come up front. Of course, I'm going to start with you so that I give you more time as a lady to express yourself and market yourself. Okay, right, so okay. She's going to introduce herself and the political party that she's running for. 5 to 7 minutes, please. Good morning, everybody. My name is Nicola Watson. I am intending to represent the MDC Alliance in Bulawayo Central Constituency, and I won't keep you hopefully very long at all, because your Deputy President actually stole the thunder. Everything she said is quite true, that the whole of the Zimbabwean population, not only informal traders, have actually been manipulated and used in political maneuvering and decisions. The MDC Alliance platform, which is equally my platform, is a transformative platform which will lead to the change in the economy of Zimbabwe. One of the things of your meeting is to develop informal economy. It's my personal belief we should develop the economy so that informal traders can go back to dignified employment and not be actually prone to manipulation, to abuse by people in official positions. It's not how it should be. And our vision as Zimbabweans, I believe, should be the vision of the bullet train. Why do we limit ourselves to a vision of people having to work as informal traders in untenable situations that are not dignified in any manner? We are all equal in Zimbabwe under the Constitution, and it is time that we build an economy that created the fiscal space for government to honor its obligations under the Constitution in terms of social services, health, education, and social welfare. As it stands now, those sectors and government responsibilities are completely lagging because there simply hasn't been the creation of the fiscal space required
to do that. And the informalization of the economy, unfortunately, is what has equally led to the lack of fiscal space. It is really important for everybody to come back into the mainstream of the economy and build it so that we build a better Zimbabwe. And one of our catchphrases is devolution is our new revolution. Devolved power becomes easier to manage and easier to control in terms of lives of ordinary Zimbabweans without them having to constantly reach higher for what belongs to them as individuals. I don't want to say too much, it's a complex issue. In terms of Bulawayo has been one of the most affected provinces, as you will, by the falling economy, by the collapse of the national railways and all the businesses in Bulawayo. If we can work a situation where those businesses are regenerated, employment in Bulawayo will grow and people will be able to get better jobs and informal traders will have more customers. You can't succeed in a trading situation, whatever it is, without customers. And I also feel that we need to understand that we are all Zimbabweans, all in the same boat, pulling together, yes, and no leader is above the people. The leader should be there, and it is my personal pledge as a leader, whatever happens in the election, in fact, to always try and help and have an open door policy. And as a potential candidate, I also want to say that I would work closely, because your issues are primarily local government issues, with the councillors to ensure that the local government issues, which affect us all actually, are handled in a better manner to the benefit of the residents, the vendors, the workers, and all the people who live in Bulawayo Central constituency. Thank you.
Siyabonga umama watsenda phansi kakhulu into engizizileyo ezikhuluma uthi yena uzasebenza ukuthi kube ne-formalization of the informal sector. Lokho sithi ukuthi ukusebenza kwethu sithengisa, whether sisemgwaqweni, sisezindlini, akubalwa kumnotho welizwe njengendlela esemthethweni yokuphila. Ngakho kunesidingeko sokuthi kufakwe emthethweni ukuze kube nokuvikeleka komsebenzi yethu esiyenzayo ku-informal sector. So uthi bona njengebandla yena njengo-MP yikho azakuzama. Uthi khona lokho ukuthi khona kune-informalization of the economy okwenza ukuthi imali lileli isebenzayo, kodwa nxa lifike ebhoda laphana livele egoli lifike libhadala i-tax ingabalwa njengemali engathuthukisa ilizwe, kuyenza kube nzima ukuthi imali zenu zilisebenzele, for example, ku-health, ku-education, ku-social services. Ukuthi wena njenge-informal trader wenelisa ukuthi uhambe esibhedlela uthi nami ngiyasebenza kumkhonomi weZimbabwe, ngicela nibingelaphe mahhala. Nanti ngoba nami ngiyayifaka imali emnothweni welizwe, indaba lingafuni ukungelapha mahhala, into ezinjalo. So uthi yena njengo-MP into abasifuna ukuzikhangela zona lezo. Uthi bona uqakathekisa indaba ye-devolution. Uthi yikho abone ngani kungasebenzela ikakhulu isigaba lesi sangapha koBulawayo naseMatheleleni ukuthi kube ukuzibusa kwezigaba, ngoba izindingeko zethu ziyachiyana. Ama-informal traders angapha koBulawayo adinga okuhlukeneyo lama-informal traders mhlawumbe aseHarare. Ngakho-ke nxa singaba le-devolution of power, inkokheli zethu zizabazi ukuthi khona zikhankaselani okuhambelana labavota koBulawayo eMatheleleni njalo njalo. Uthi yena njengo-MP uzabe le-open door policy kuma-informal traders ukuthi lizabe livunyelwa nxa useBulawayo Central lapha kukhankasa khona ukuthi anytime uhambe uyoqoqoda emnyango wakho ukuthi MP ngilesikhalazo esinje ungasisiza ngandlela bani. Okuningi ukuthi khona bazasebenzisana labe-local government okhansela bethu laba ukuthi khona balithe utshintsho endabeni ze-informal trade. I hope I captured that correctly. Thank you very much. Ngicela ukuthi ngingachaya izandla. Ngiyabonga. May I call upon MP Manning as the other MP to come and also give us his intentions for the seat of MP for Bulawayo Zanu. In fact, what the OMP lava they are running in the same constituency. So what are we going to come there?
Temper. Are you there? Yes. My comrades, pleased to meet you again. I think most of you know me here, and you'll be surprised by the name, the party I'm in today. It's a United Movement for Devolution. All right. Our party is centered around devolution. But before I go into my speech, I want to ask you people certain questions, because this will lead me on to what I want to say. Who of you knows the councillor here? Can you put up your hand? Who knows the MP for Bulawayo Zanu? Hey, shocking. Oh, one. Tell me, sir. All right. Yeah, correct. That is shocking statistics. That you people here, the masters of Bulawayo, don't even know your councillor. And 1, 2, 3 people pick up their hands to say they know the MP. So what are we sending these people to Harare for? To go and waste your money? Huh? Things must change. Things must change. My party believes in devolution. We want it to come to Bulawayo. We want the parliamentarians to be accountable to you. I want to be accountable to you. I want to be your servant, not your master. You're not sending me there as your boss. You're going to send me to Harare, and we want a provincial council to come out from Harare, because we've got one of the best constitutions in Zimbabwe. But what is wrong? Why are things not working out? Let's ask ourselves those questions. Are we just putting parliamentarians for show? I think you send those people to Harare to perform, to come. The greatest challenge which we meet here in Bulawayo, because you people, 90-somewhat% of the population is in the informal sector. And do you know what is wrong? We've got a perfect constitution, but it's the bylaws of Ian Smith, the outdated slave trade bylaws, which are in existence up to today. We should be even ashamed of ourselves. Those should be put in the museum or in the dustbin. We need progressive bylaws which don't hinder progress in the informal sector, where people are being chased like dogs or refugees in their own country. We tried with ZICHIA. We presented a report to the president, but up until now, I don't think we've got any results. And I'm very proud to say, ZICHIA, aluta continua. If you carry on like that, you are going to win, and you're going to empower these people. All right. The party stands for devolution. Do you know that all the money which you people are fined for, it goes to Harare, to the drill war? We want to stop that. The fines which you pay, it must empower you people. It must be used in Bulawayo for development. We got so much in this Metropolitan South and North. But why are we lacking behind? We got methane, we got coal, we got timber, we got gold, lithium, all these products. But everything is centralized, Harare. Time for change is now. Our party is calling for change. Our party is calling for MPs who are not masters but servants, who are accountable to you people. And when I promise you people that when you nominate me as the MP, I will be accountable to you. But I want to see the councillor and myself standing in front of you and asking you people questions. What do you want? Not what I want, because I'm an individual. But I want to know what you people want. We want to see our railways running again. We want to see our street lights. We want to see our roads. We want to see our children who are walking in the streets going back to the factories. Thank you. We want to get Bulawayo working back where it was before. Imagine during the sanction days, people were going, buses were running night and day. Where are our buses? Where is our power station? We want our power station back so that you people can pay ZESA less. It was acquired by central government. That is wrong. That is theft. Outright theft. We want what belongs to Bulawayo brought back to Bulawayo. Those two. The bus company, it belongs to you people, the Bulawayo residents. You people bought those buses. ZESA, all these power lines, substations, etc. And at the Bengula Street, that belongs to you people. When I get into Parliament, I'll make it a point. One of my very first things, I will challenge that the theft of our power station is brought back to the residents of Bulawayo, because it belongs to you. And if I cannot succeed, I'm challenging you people to kick me out. I will hold meetings and you'll tell me, I think you're not performing. Please can you step aside, and I will do it willingly. Because as I said, I'm your servant. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My comrades.
Thank you. I know it's Councillor Manning, so if it's going to be MP, it's going to be Honorable Manning. Right, I'm being asked to use the podium for the sake of television. Though I'm very short, I hope you can still see me from behind here. So just to recap a bit of what Mr. Manning said there, he says he's also calling for devolution of power, accountability, a servant-master relationship. He says they're getting rid of bylaws. Ian Smith, Ian Smith, amakhanselini uthi khona uzakhankasa ukuthi khiche uthi uzafuna ukuthi kukhutshwe indaba ze-centralization imithetho eyenza khona ngale esigodlweni kodwa i-affect abantu bangapha koBulawayo. Uzalelwa ukuthi kuphendukiswe amandla ukuthi khona i-power station for example eyakoBulawayo imithetho yakhona ingayenzelwa eHarare kodwa yenzelwe koBulawayo kube i-power station enceda abantu bakwaBulawayo kuqala ingakancedi ngaphi ilizwe lonke. Le revitalization of i-NRZ kuvuselelwa kwe-National Railways of Zimbabwe ngoba yenye amankampani amakhulu lapha koBulawayo. Unfortunately aspiring MP wethu ujahe uya komunye umhlangano so usephuma. Imbuzo yakhe ngiyathemba izabikhona kodwa sizazama ukuthi sithole abazayiphendula ngapha. Angazi kumbe sithathe imbuzo we go ahead to the councillors. Right. Ikhona imbuzo for the MPs, nanziyani izandla. Ngubani ole mic engahamba? Sizathatha imbuzo emithathu okwakhathesi sekulesandla kumama ngale lemibili lapha phakathi. Akade bephamisa izandla sicela ukubona nangiyani umama ngale ekhoneni. Saqala ngaye ngale. Usitshela ukuthi umbuzo ubungokabani.
Ngiyabonga ithuba eliphiwe. Umbuzo khonjalo nesimani. Manje unfortunately siyafle bekumele la qala kaxolise inkundla wenzela ukuthi imvumele just 5 minutes ukuthi ephendule imbuzo yakho ngoba imbuzo iminingi indlela akhulume ngayo just criticizing akula offering leyasithembise khona ngathi mina ngikubambileyo kodwa ngokuqondana lemthelo yabafans abhadalwa ngabantu ukuthi uzaphambula angasaye Harare abuyise ngapha wayelithi thina abantu esikufunayo vele kuyini Why are we paying those fines? Why are we paying those fines? Is it really very necessary to battle about fines and just among sport fines and even American? That's the phone with the school
Mbona ngalokuwathekile umbuzo wakho mama labo aspiring councillor bethu bangawuphendula lowo mbuzo ezivule kulezandla ezimbili lapho.
Right, saribonani. Chemba. Right, ngiyabonga ama-MP ethu akhulumile abantu. But mina sembuza kuma-MPs lawa ukuthi right sonke sihlezi lapha. Sibe ngathi sifuna u-MP ozasilethela ukudla. U-MP ozasinike i-payslip but angizange ngizwe MP okhuluma ukuthi hayi ngizalithola le emsebenzini lapha. Ngathi khonapho lungisani ama-MP ethu. Sifuna u-MP ozasinika ukudla ukuthi sikuthole ngezandla zethu. Sonke lapha sifuna ukusebenza. Asifuna u-MP ozadisiwe simbone kuphela asiphendukise singalakudla. Siyabonga.
So to the remaining MP is saying that you want an MP who talks about jobs, who talks about putting food on the table, and as yet there is no MP who has promised that. And the lady there was saying that she would have loved to hear Mr. Manning talk about the fines that they are being made to pay. Where are they going? What is happening to those? She said she didn't hear anything concrete, but maybe if you'd like, you can respond to that. There was also a head over here.
Ngiyabonga angazi ukuthi ngithanda ukuthi konke mama umbuzo i-open door policy ngithande kakhulu but wena ngizelela yini ku-community ukuthi abanye abantu abagesekho ukuzabanika yini ithuba layo lokuthi bakhulume layo engabaphathisa njani khona lapho economically and social.
Yes.
So
the question from him is, we talked about an open door policy, which is very appreciative of, but is asking how you are going to go out of your way to reach out to those who are unable to physically come to your office, and how are you going to help those who are differently able to make a living in this informal economy. If you could quickly come up and respond to those questions before we move on to the councillors.
If I could go to the question that was really for Mr. Manning, yes, the fines are unnecessary and part of a system which has been allowed to develop, of corruption actually, and in fact it's common cause that vendors are a reality, their lives and how they make a living are a reality, and we have done nothing, actually, as Zimbabweans, quite honestly, and as Zimbabwean MPs and leaders and local council, to facilitate, as a short-term measure, the lack of harassment of people just trying to earn a living to survive. And that's what has taken away so much of your dignity as Zimbabweans, because you're trying to survive, you're trying to earn a living, but you're being harassed and degraded at the same time. And as a short-term measure, your dignity should be restored to you. But then we go to the next question, which is the question of the economy and jobs. It's absolutely an imperative that we create and recreate the economy with our transformative agenda to create those jobs. There is dignity in work, and it should be dignified, and it should be available to every Zimbabwean who wants to work. It should be there for them. And it's also, sorry, I don't think I explained about government's role is not to interfere, in fact, with business. It is to do the social sector. That is their obligation under the new constitution. clearly it's their obligation, and they are failing because they are consistently interfering in the economy and in business for political reasons, not for economic reasons. So that's what we all need as Zimbabweans to look at, is economics for economics, not economics for politics. That's where we have failed in terms of our economy and our ability to grow and to grow dignified work for Zimbabweans. How would I create an open door policy? I would hope that I will find an office and a way of meeting your associations and coming to you. It's my pledge as a leader to go to the people as much as I would hope that they would be able to come to me. And I won't disappear. I'm here today. I put myself right on the block. We were at the nomination court until nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted, but I'm here because I want to hear your problems. I want to understand them, and I want to talk to you. And as I said, my pledge is equally, even if the election doesn't go my way, that I would continue in my role. I have already been an MP for 5 years and done what I can do in terms of the community in Bulawayo. And I would continue actually to do that because I'm passionate. I'm passionate about Bulawayo. It's been my home since 1955. And I'm passionate about Zimbabweans. And I believe we deserve better lives for all of us, not just for a few. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ngamaphithane lapha umama uthi yena abo MP abaningi bokubulawayo abakayenzi okuningi okwenelayo ukuthi basize i-informal sector. Uthi bakhangelele yena njengo MP ukhangelele ukumisa ukuhlukumezwa kwabantu abasebenza ezitaladini kumbe abaku-informal sector to stop the harassment of people in informal trade. Uthi ukumiswa kwalokhu ukuhlukumezwa akusho ukuthi umuntu uyabe sethole impilo engcono eyokuphila. Ngakho-ke baqalisa ngokuthi abantu bangaharaswa bethathela impahla zabo, bebhadalisa amafayini, abangomama kuningi elikwenziwayo nxa selifuna ukuthola impahla yena esikwaziyo okulenza libe uthi yena it's undignified treatment, indlela elihlukumezayo emphefumulweni lasemzimbeni. Angithi uthi nxa sesikumisile lokho sokumele sidingeke indlela zokuthi liphile, ngoba indlela eliphila ngayo inzima kakhulu. Sokumele kube lokho akuthi yena i-dignified work, imisebenzi enesithunzi, imisebenzi elenza lani liziqhenye, imisebenzi lani elenza lithande, uthanda ukuvuka ekuseni usiye emsebenzini ngoba kuyakwenza ukuthi lawe ube umuntu elesithunzi emphakathini. Uthi uhulumende wethu umlando wakhe ukuthi anike ama-social services enjengakubalisa laphana i-health education, ukuthi lithole i-welfare, lithole ukusizakala emphakathini. Nxa kuyikuthi ukusebenza walimala uthole imali okuthiwa ngama-health benefits kumbe ama-disability benefits. Yiwo umsebenzi kahulumende. Kodwa uhulumende wethu khathesi into aphatheke ngayo into zepolitiki lokungenela kumabhizinisi ethatha izimali ethatha i-tax ngoba usedinga indlela yokusurvive. Ngakho-ke njengo-MP uthi bakhankasela ukuthi kube lalokho athi yena i-economics for politics, hatshi i-politics for economics. Ngibona ngani utsho ukuthi akumelanga ezepolitiki zingenele kwezomnotho welizwe. Kumele ipolitiki incedise ukuthi umnotho welizwe uthuthuke. Ngakho yena njengo-MP uzahambelana nokusesekelweni sabo sebandla ukuthi khona babe lalokho abathi economics for politics. Antsho. And then uthi nge-open door policy ufisa ukuthi abe le ofisi latheyani lapha edolobheni lapha lizenelisa khona ukufinyelela lisiyambona njalo uzabe senza imihlangano lapho azabe kuya khona kini ngoba kakumelanga ukuthi lina libe liyini ehlala siyakhalaza kuye. Kumele abe kuya yini ezolibuza ukuthi lifunani, lilendingo yobani, lento ezinjalo njalo. Angazi kumbe ngibambe konke ukuthi abakwazi isingisi lizamfakazela ukuthi aqambanga amanga nje. Ngiyabonga. Thank you very much. Namshayela izandla ke. I don't know how many rounds of questions are taken because I'm seeing a hand there at the back. Okay. So being allowed another round of questions.
Thank you very much, Nyabong. I did a research some years back concerning the issue of the informal traders, the informal sector in countries like India, Bangladesh, Brazil. And those countries have actually transformed the informal sector to become a leading sector in the society. You will find countries like China that are having backward industries. And as I'm speaking right now, we're having skilled workers who are sitting amongst us. If you walk down across the post office, you will see two leather shoes which are being manufactured from under trees. And actually we are telling me these informal traders are not so skilled that we start building a backward industries. Like today in China, t-shirts like these ones are so cheap, they are being manufactured from a backward industry where the Chinese took their ladies, girls, and empowered them with machinery, and they started manufacturing these goods. Seriously, you MPs really vested on what you are telling us today, or we are just assuming things? Sorry, thank you.
Thank you. There's another hand here. Ngiyabuza ubaba lapho ukuthi emthini ababazimisele yini ukuthi umsebenzi eyenziwayo abathi ngama-backyard industry elikwenzayo nxa lisezindlini zenu ngale lifuya inkukhu libaza kube part of the formal economy. You may go ahead, sir.
Thank you, moderator. My question is to the remaining aspiring MP for Bulawayo Central. I've got just one question for you. I would like to know, as an aspiring MP for our area, what would you do when elected as an MP? What would you do in terms of getting informal economy policies changed in order that they may be people-friendly? That's all I'm asking you.
Thank you. Uthi uzakwenzani MP ukuze kube lenguquko emthethweni ye-informal policy, informal economy? Nangalo mama, all right, ngizabuya kuba.
Ngiyabona ithuba engiphiwayo. Okokuqala ebengithanda ukuthi ama-MPs addressa abekwazi la. Okokuqala ukuthi sesikhathele ama-MP policies. Sikhathele ngakho khona lokho yikho vele okokuqala. Asifuni ukuthi abantu bathina sokuyafika kuma-elections babe bebuya la bezosisebenzisa besinika ama-MP promises. Kumele before besi-addressa bebekwazi ukuthi basiphe njani. Asisakufuni lokho. Njalo futhi ambangayenza ukuthi nxa sebesezikhundleni bezizinto ezibenefita bona. Thina khathesi asikezwa futhi kulabo sebekhulumile ukuthi lisithembisane ngemali. Thina siyathengisa siyasebenza. Lisithembisane ngemali, lizasenzelani emabhenki ukuthi sizuze imali. Asina forex thina, siyafuna ukuyawoda, so lithini ngakho khona lokho, lisiplanelani thina la. Thina nti libuyile futhi likwazi ukuthi lapha thina sengama-vendors esifuna ukuthi sizibhedele sigcina abantwana sifundise. So sifuna ukuza ukuthi lithini ngezimra, yizinto esizikhangelele asiyakuzwa likhuluma ngazo, ukuthi lithini ngezimra, lithini ngokuharaswa kwethu nxa sesihambe emabhoda lapha ezindleleni. Konke khona lokho sifuna ukuthi lisitshele lento ebambekayo ukuthi alisirobhini ngoba sidiniwe.
Siyabonga. Alright, umbuzo wethu wakhathesa uthatha kubaba la.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have a question for the remaining aspiring MP. But before I ask, I just want to inform her that there are about two types of informal traders. There is an informal trader who is designated to sell at a particular place, and an informal trader who is not designated anyway. And from what I've seen is harassment, particularly on those who are not designated anyway, from the council officials and from the owners of the shops. And as an aspiring MP, we want to see your influence before you are even voted into office, because I think what you have to say to the people, really they can move along with you, because I also like the open door policy which you have mentioned. So what are you promising us? Because as of today, people are being harassed in the streets. Right now, when we go back to our places, we will get harassment. And we would want to see your influence as an aspiring candidate, what you can do to those that are being harassed today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think to translate what the lady there was saying, she said they're tired of empty promises. Year in, year out, towards elections, MPs come to them, gather them like this, waste 3-4 hours of their time making empty promises. Then when they get into office, they forget them, they start making money for themselves, driving those twin cabs, and never coming back to fulfill the promises. She's saying, what tangible things are you going to do? Something that they can evaluate on and say, MP, you promised A, B, C, D, what have you done about that? I think I'd like to add on to that question. The gentleman, they talked about the research that he did of Brazil, India, and Bangladesh of backyard industries. And we have a lot of those in Bulawayo and Zimbabwe generally. What is being done to make sure that these informal businesses can easily register? Because we all know how difficult it is to formalize a business in Zimbabwe. She also mentioned ZIMRA, the taxes. It makes it difficult for anyone to want to make their business formal, because the money that they're going to pay will make it difficult for them to keep that business running. So as MP, what tangible things are you promising them? And then I'm sure you heard this question, kulama traders abasesitaladini, kulabanye asingababoniyo, kulabalabana abaphiweyo indawo zokuthengisa, kodwa bayaharaswa. U-MP uzakwenzani ukuthi khona abantu benelise ukuthi basebenze bengakhahlaniswa? You may come up and
I would like to thank you all actually for your very informed questions. Can I start with the lady about the rhetoric and the promises, the empty promises? Yes, people don't eat rhetoric. They don't live rhetoric, and empty promises are valueless to all of us. I can only offer myself as a new version of things which are common cause. We all know the problems as Zimbabweans. We all know what they are. And I know that we have to transform the economy to solve a lot of the issues. And I agree, ZIMRA is a war zone. It's a war zone for me. It's a war zone for everybody. And it needs to change. Unfortunately, in the time left between now and the election, in terms of those bigger picture issues, there is very little I can do. Parliament is not sitting any longer. And so these are issues which we have to take when we go, whoever goes as the MP to the new Parliament. Those are the bigger picture issues. And then can I come to your question? I'm perfectly aware of the fact that there are in Bulawayo two differentiated types of vendors, and that some are okay and some are harassed. The reason the ones who are out there who are being harassed, who are not selling at designated points, is about my point about customers. A vendor or any kind of seller will go where the customers are. And so if you can grow the customer base, you also can obviate some of those problems, and we need to look at how we deal with both designated and undesignated vendors. And I will meet your sitting councillor, who is also your aspiring councillor for the MDC Alliance, and see what we can do in the short term about the harassment. It's wrong. It's wrong. It is wrong. And also, but I would also beg you to understand that there is a disconnect in council. Council laws make resolutions. Council employees implement. And the implementation is not always what is resolved in council, unfortunately. And that's something we all need to work on, as residents, as ratepayers, as vendors, whoever we are. And for the gentleman with the research, I would love to see your research from the other countries, and I'm perfectly aware, I think we're all aware of the value of the people who manufacture. But for them to manufacture in a way that is beneficial to them and to the economy as a whole, we need to find a way to not formalize it exactly in the sense of big business, but formalize it in the sense of acknowledging it and putting it in its proper place. I'm by no means unaware of the value and the quality. In fact, I'm often amazed when I see the goods that are manufactured in people's back gardens or under trees that are actually amazing. But we need to be able to create that into value for the people who manufacture it, and we also need to have it in a more formalized manner. I didn't quite understand about the t-shirts and the Chinese. I think my feeling as a Zimbabwean is Zimbabwe should be for Zimbabweans, and we should look after our own people first before we actually make money for other countries. That's my personal feeling. Your question, sorry, was about sorry, what was your question? Policy. Okay, so where I see we need policies. We need policies from the top and from the bottom. So the top is central government, parliament. The bottom actually is the local government level. And that's where you have a fantastic association here. And I would like to see you again, as soon as the election is done and dusted, or even beforehand, so that you give me your input on how you believe we can come from the bottom and from the top. For me, from the top, it's about economic policies to grow the economy, to grow the customer base. From the bottom up, it's about harassment, regularization, and actually making life easier by acknowledging the common cause that is all of our cause, actually, as Zimbabweans, and to create dignity amongst ourselves, and to care for each other. Actually, what I see when we complain about politicians who promise us things and run away is they don't really care. Actually, it's about caring. We must care for each other as Zimbabweans. Nobody, I said it before and I really believe it, there's no one of us who's better than anyone else, and we're all in this boat together. The Zimbabwean boat is one boat. If it sinks, we all sink. If it goes, we all go together. And that really is important. And I value things like this association. I think from the last time I came a few years ago to one of your meetings, it's grown amazingly, and there's strength in that. And you should take your association seriously and bring it up. Thank you. Mama lapha ukuthi khona umsebenzi omkhulu izimra bakithi ukhala ngayo konke umuntu ukhala ngezimra kumele kube lokutshintsho kumele ukuthi kuncediswane ukhuluma ngokuthi kule disconnect emthethweni ye-central government nama-bylaws abo-council bahlala bona eparliament befaka imithetho i-council la ifika ifake yayo imithetho nxa sokubuya ebantwini sokuyikuhlukumezeka ngoba kusazakali ukuthi umthetho oyiwo omele ufakwe yiwuphi we-council ngoba abapholisa e-council bawazi umthetho we-council kodwa kulo mthetho mhlawumbe yakufakwe ngohulumende ukuthi wonke umuntu kumele athole indlela yokuphila nje silapho kuthiwa ngama-human rights anti silapho kuthiwa i-bill of rights okumele ukuthi livumele ukuthi liphile lithole indlela yokuziphilisa e-dignified. Kodwa nxa sokufika kuma-council laws laphana abaselandaba sebethatha impahla yenu sebenikhathameza uthi kumele bakukhangele lokhu kodwa uthi kuzaba nzima khathesi ngoba isikhathi sesisincane iparliament ayisahlali njalo bona sebesenze isikhathi esincane ukuthi bavotelwe bangene-ke eparliament kodwa uzimisele ukuthi inhlanganiso leyi ezithiya nxa lingahlangana layo even khathesi kungakayiwa ekhipheni limtshele lincedisane layo ukuthi sintobani elibona ngani angalihambisa phezulu ku-central government ngoba kumele kube lotshintsho ku-central government uthe the top policies where it looks at the economy and the customer base lama
central laws, then the bottom laws ezenze counseling okuyikho lapho kuvela khona i-harassment eningi. Ngibona ngani ngamafitshane yikho akukhulumileyo. Right, there's another hand. I don't know how many more rounds I can take before we move on, but Mark is indicating a comment. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Facilitator. I just want to make it clear that this whole proceedings are being recorded. They will be written up. Any promises made by candidates here will be on record and will be handed over to ZCheer. If you are a candidate and you are elected, ZCheer will hold you accountable for meeting your promises and fulfilling what you've said. So be warned, don't stand up here as a candidate and make promises you cannot fulfill. ZCheer will hold you accountable.
Siyabonga kuzoba yokulandeleleka. Impela imbuzo sakhona kade siyibambe bakithi sizayithatha futhi ngoba siyagcina singazwanga kubo councillor bethu. Kulabantu abasibukeleyo online ebulenjini ku Facebook, ku Twitter, ngiyalamukela badala. We welcome you to the live broadcast. This is a meeting, a public meeting by the Zimbabwe Chamber of Informal Economy Associations, which has brought together informal traders in Bulawayo and surrounding areas to come and hear from aspiring candidates in local government, in local council, candidates for member of parliament, candidates for local councils, what they are planning for informal traders. What are they going to do once they have been voted into power? So if you are just joining us, welcome to this live broadcast. May you please be aware that each and every political party that is known, that is vying for parliament or council, banxusiwe bonke ukuthi babuye namuhla. Ababuyileyo ngabenelisileyo sikhangelele ukuthi abanye bazabuya ngababona sebehlezi phambili khona mhlawumbe babambekile ngoba i-nomination court iyenza iningi labo lalala khona ngale mhlawumbe babhizi basageza kube kunjani kodwa sibanxuse bonke bayabuya anti siyabonga. Now I'll move on to the candidates for council. I'm going to call upon Ms. Daidish Magida, who will be vying for council. She will tell us which ward under the Zimbabwe African People's Union, ZAPU. May we clap hands for her as she comes up front. Sanibonani bantu bakwaBulawayo. Ngicela ukubuza ukuthi ngikhulume ngolimi luphi ngoba ngithanda ukuthi nxa ngikhuluma sizwanani. IsiNdebele sinjani? Thank you very much. Ngiyabonga. Director of ceremony, siyabonga ukuthi ngimuthile and lonke likhona khona apha ngiyalibingelela abantu bakwaBulawayo. Ngithanda ukuthi ngilitshele ukuthi mina ngithunyiwe lapha ngabeZAPU ukuthi ngizemela ama-members of parliament eZAPU lama councillors ngoba babhizi komunye umhlangano kwenye indawo. So ngifuna ukulitshela-ke lapho ukuthi into yokuqala mina ngifuna ukulitshela yona ukuthi ekwenza ukuthi sibe khona khonapha kuyini. It is because of a collapsed economy. I-economy engazange imanejwe kuhle ngabantu. I-economy ekadibanjwe ngamasela. I-economy ekadibanjwe ngabantu abafuna ukuzinothisa bona bodwa bengelandaba nabantu. And into okwenze ukuthi kube njalo njalo yikuthi futhi kucine kusiba le serious collapse of i-industry. Lapha sikhuluma nge-industry, ama-factories, lapha sikhuluma nge-mining, lapha sikhuluma nge-agriculture, konke kucollapsile. And ukhuluma ngabantu 95% who are unemployed, abantu abangaqhatshwanga, okumele one babhadale irente ezindlini, basida abantwana, bahambisa abantwana esikolo, benze konke khonokuyana. So uyakusithi bazakwenza njani nxa uzakuthi i-vending is illegal, uthi i-vending is wrong. Iyatshengisa le mindset yabantu bangikhona ukuthi vele ngabakwazi abakwenzayo ngezizathu zitshengisa zona la. Njalo futhi i-saving zelizwe sezomile, i-both domestic and foreign investment sekomile, akusela lutho oluhamba, isitimela sisahambi, i-poverty sekungene ebantwini. Abantu abantu bayahawula izitayela zonke. So lapha silanda ukuzokulwa ukuthi silwele abantu kakhulu abakobulawayo akade behlezi befakwe eceleni ekhoneni laphana abanye begijima lezinto. So thina lapha njengezapho ngifuna ukuthi ngitshele ukuthi okokuqala thina sithe okokuqala sizabona ukuthi silitshele ukuthi i-vending is very illegal kusemthethweni. Njalo umhlaba wonke kumbe se-China kumbe se-India kumbe se-UK kumbe ngaphi kune-vending. And njalo ama-vendors lawo yiwo abantu ababambe i-economy khathesi, yibo abayibambile kungayisini ingabe khathesi ilizwe leliguqule phansi ngabe omunye sebemphethe bambopha bambulala yini elibambilile. So we are a very important set of society. Njalo into engifuna ukulitshela yona lapha yikuthi ekodwa esikutshoyo lapha yikuthi lina yini lenza ukuthi i-economy ikhule, ngoba you are the springboard to SMEs, springboard to industry. Liqala lingama-vendors, ligcine lingama-SMEs, ligcine liyi-industry. So yini abantu ilizwe elingakhangeli lina alikwazeli ukwenzayo. Thina eZAPU was saying you are a most critical component of society. Njalo into eyesibili engifuna ukuthi ngilitshele yona yikuthi thina sizakwenza i-vending ibe very organized. In other words, sizakhuluma lani open door policy ukuthi buyanini njengemhlanganweni nje. So kuyile singakwenza ukuthi lincede ukuze livendeke. So in other words, sizaconstruct ama-vending facilities in consultation with you. Lapho futhi lizathi lithengisa khona ama-customers ekhona, futhi lapho lizabona khona ukuthi linezinto zonke lizifunayo ku-vending process. Right? Umbuzo wesithathu yikuthi nxa senza khonokho sizakwenza naye eZAPU, thina sizapartner le-industry ukuthi industry buyanini lakhele ama-vendors very well constructed buildings ezilamanzi, ezilama-toilets, ezile-parking area, ezile-food outlet affordable ukuthi ungathenga isitshwala sedola in a clean environment. Sekulama-pholisa khona azalilinda instead ukuthi amapholisa alibophe lana azabe lilinda ukuthi lithengisa kuhle izinto zenu njalo akunamuntu oluhlukumezayo. Njalo sizabona ukuthi ama-rights and they are observed. Right? Kusenjalo ngifuna ukuthi ngilazise ukuthi sizakwakha njani khonokho. Sizabiza i-industry ama-stakeholders. Platinum Mines buyani lizokwakha, i-Delta buyani lakhe, obani buyani lakhe, lina libhadale lutho ekwakheni izinto zona lezi. Yinto thina esiyibona ngoba yini elisinika imali elizweni. Kunjalo sizabona futhi ukuthi indawo yakhona ile-refuse collection. Njalo sisensitize abantu ukuthi nxa sivenda laphana sisebenza endaweni eclean. Njalo sizafuna-ke ukuthi into eqakathekileyo lapha yikuthi sibone ukuthi amapholisa la angabi le-corruption. Lebo ukuthi kuthiwe illegal yibo kwenza ukuthi baliqile balibophe. Yikuthi thina asazi umthetho, lina alazi umthetho. Akumelanga bakwenze khonokho. And sizabona ukuthi nxa bekwenza you sue them so that at the end of the day you can bring back law and order, because they are violating your human rights. And they are balibopha khonaphana lina kuyini elinceda uhulumende owehlulekileyo bese belenza nama-criminals. That is wrong and we are going to stop it. And into esizayenza futhi sizakwenza kube lula ukuthi lithole ama-vending licenses. Akhona ukuthi lidubeke ukuthi kube nzima khona kana yikho kwenza ukuthi sifone selibribe. Thina sizakwenza kube lula ukube likwazi ukuthi lenze so silincedise futhi laba abangabeziyo sibancedise. Abana ebe-disability sizabona ukuthi lani lonke lile-special loans ezilula futhi ezi-accessible ukuthi unga-aplya khathesi even eminye yabo suyitholile. Kuyenzakala e-South Africa, kuyenzakala e-England, kuyenzakala e-China, kuyenzakala everywhere. Why are we not doing it here? and abantu be-disability already bane-disability, those who are differently able. Sifuna ukubanika even twice the opportunity linelilayo ngoba ngabe engelamehlo engelanyawo usebenza nzima futhi thina esilamehlo lenyawo sisehluleka siphinde sicomplicate iprocess yokuthi bathole ama-loans basebenze. That will stop with us as ZAPU government. Ikakhulu futhi njalo omama bakithi ungakhangela umsebenzi wenziwa ngumama, i-multi-roles ezenziwa ngumama. Uyapheka ngikhaya avuke senapheka klina thina gijima abuye ngapha enze nathina. Sizakwenza ukuthi omama baphiwe amaloni barane proper businesses ukwenzela ukuthi bakhangele imuli zabo. Unga-empower umama so empower ifamily yebe-empowered vile and khonoko ukudiliva komnotho sekwenza ukuthi omama bonaba lana ama-vendors ama-families achitheke adilike. Umntwana ose-UK ubani njani ubani ungani awusebenzi lokurana ibhizinesi because akusenamuntu ofane ethanyela ngikhaya, akusenamuntu osebenzayo, akusenamuntu onjani. So we'll reconstruct the issue of the family, and by reconstructing industry, mining, agriculture and so forth, imizi ama-families azabuma and everything will come into place. Njalo sizabona ukuthi lapho elisebenzela khona kule all weather protection, kumbe liyana izulu kumbe kuyatshisa kumbe kunjani. Njalo i-vending places zenu zibe kuma-malls. For example, why can't you go to a Bradley lapha kube le-proper vending mall khonapha ngoba ama-customers angena ko-Pick n Pay angena ko-Food Lovers yiwe liwafunayo. So sizafuna thina ukungabi le-etabetshali ukuthi kuthiwa kusegodini kuphela. Hayi konke khonoko sizakuqeda. Njalo-ke i-issue of littering sizakwenza ama-awareness campaigns koBulawayo wonke ema-universities ezikole ukuthi sigcinele ilizwe lethu koBulawayo uhlanzekile. And okwamanzi ngithe ama-buildings lana azakwakhiwa nge-industry kumbe nge-Delta kumbe nge-Platinum kumbe ngubani yibo abazalifakela amanzi, i-water and sanitation, so it will be quite easy. So into ke ngifisa ukuyitshela yona lapha ukuthi ekucineni i-government in summary thina sizalegalize i-vending because it's legal worldwide. It is legal, lingaqedwa ngabantu. Njalo sizakwenza enabling environment for the economy to function so that lani mazenza zithela abantu abazothenga izinto zenu ngoba khathesi abantu abasathengi ngenxa yokuthi abanamali abasebenzi. So sizakwenza ukuthi i-economy isebenze ukuthi babuye bezothenga izinto zenu. Njalo sizakwenza lokhana okuthiwa i-adherence to corporate governance principles ukuthi kwenziwe izinto ngendlela eqondileyo transparently and in a very nice way. Kungabi lethoti, kungabi lo muntu obribe omunye, kungabi njani. Njalo sizabona ukuthi kule improvement in investment sibiza ama-foreign investors both domestic and foreign ukuthi bezo-invest kwenza ukuthi ibhizinesi irani. Siza-eliminate corruption, siza-approve ama-projects masinyane, njalo sizafaka i-reliable regulatory system. Ngilenzela mhlophe ukuthi lezi umhlangano nje buyanini silincedise and lokho into yokucina njengomuntu wakoBulawayo ukuthi likhetha abantu ngobungani akuphele namhlanje. Nxa lizakhetha ukhansela kumbe umember of parliament engakaye eparliament kumbe engakaye ekhansela zalibize ezwe izikhalazo zenu azise ngale athi ephenduka abuya lireport back. Nxa kungenjalo umthithenini. Thank you very much.
Siyabonga, siyamuzwa umama Sonkanti uthekelana ukuvota ngobungani kumbe ngokuthi umfikisha ka-MP muhle ngisathi lo muhle lo selimvotela kathi umuntu vele kakwazi lezikhalazo zenu. Ngiyathemba limzile umama uthembise okuningi engakudobha lapha uthe bona i-economy yethu has collapsed, meaning our industries, factories, mining, agricultural sectors are no longer functioning. Uthi yena i-vending is legal, lingavumi litshela ukuthi khona kayikho emthethweni, it's very legal worldwide. Uthi kumele i-vending ibe yi-springboard, kube yilapho kusukela khona ibe yimziki yomnotho welizwe, kube yi-springboard for the formal economy. Uthi bona njengezapho bazakwakha ama-vending facilities alento yonke edingakalayo. Bazalifakela ama-vending stall lapho elizathengisa khona kulama-teleca smart,
kule ndawo zokusebenzela ezintsha ekhona ukuthi libe libaleka lisiyadontshisela ukungena ema-toilet amabhizinesi aseduzane kulokuthi libe le ndawo zenu lapho elisebenzela khona. Uthi bazasebenza in partnership with ama-corporate akhona. Siyakwazi ukuthi kulamakhampani amaningi elizweni lethu ayenza imali eningi anti asithengisela ama-drink, asithengisela utshwala. Kodwa singakwaziyo ukuthi kanti nxa sesibhadela imali zethu ziya ngaphi ngaphandle ukuthi sobone sebedrayive izimoto ezinkulu ezibhabhule ama-virus. Kumele ba-investe back into formal economy, babe yibo abayakha ama-facilities wona lawo iZAPU ewathembisayo. Uthi khona bazastopha i-police corruption, bazayenza kube lula ukuthi lithola ama-license okuthengisa, bazafokhasa kuma-loan abomama laphandle kuze ukuthi imali sizayithola ngaphi bakithi emabhenki kabasivumeli ngoba uyabungela collateral. As an informal trader, as a woman, it's difficult to get a bank loan. So what are we going to do about that? Umama weZAPU uthi khona bazaba lendlela yokusebenzela khonoko. Uthi yena abantu abathengisayo kumelanga ukuthi balahlelwe ekhathane egodini kanti indaba bengavunyelwa ukuthi bathengise khona ko-Pick n Pay ko-OK baxotshelwane kanti ngoba yikho lapho kulabantu khona sonke sifuna ukuthola ama-custom indaba kuvunyelwa kuphela abalemali eziningi ukuthi bathengise edolobheni. Le investment akumelanga ebabhizinisini amakhulu, kumele ibuye naku-informal trade, kumele kube lama-investors. Bona ngani ngamafitshane yikho engikuzileyo uzagcizelela nxa sephendula imbuzo. Owakhathesi ngicela ukubiza umfowethu ngale laye abuye azosinika he's also vying for council. Uzasitshela ukuthi ibandla liphi lokuthi yi-ward yiphi. Umama ungabuya ba? Umama yena ubemela iZAPU overall. She was talking on behalf of ZAPU policies for MPs and councillors. So imbuzo yakhe mbone ngani izabe igoqela konke. Ungabuya mfowethu uthi ukuthi ngubani lebandla lakho le-ward ozabe uyimele.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. I'd like to appreciate and honor the leadership of the chair and all the moderators here present. Ngizakhuluma nami ngolimi olubalulekileyo. Ibizo ngingu-Terry Willis January Moyo, and I'm standing for Council Ward 7 Emakokoba under the People's Rainbow Coalition ekhokhelwa umama uMjulu. I-problem esisuka sibe nayo ukuthi thina njengabantu as a general populace kuyabuya umuntu etheni ufuna ukuba ngukhansila. Engabuya umuntu wakhona sesimfaka sesiba ngukhansila nxa sebe siyahlala ngale kuma-council chambers sebevumelana ukuthi hayi asambe sexotsha bonke abantu abathengisayo endaweni lezana, those places that are not designated places. Sekhohlwa yena ukuthi abantu balabo abamfakileyo bamfakele ukuthi yena ahambe ayebamela khona ngale ayebadifenda khona ngale. Sesuka yena sevumelana nabo ukuthi abantu abaxotshwe. That should come to a stop. The problem that we have is we always appoint corrupt councillors. Awuzasuka futhi sebesincindezela. So that should come to an end. And the other thing ukuthi ngathina as informal traders kumbe as vendors singavotela nathina ngokwethu. Umama understand ukwakhuluma lapha wathi yena she's a cross border. Umama engasukuma ethi mina ngifuna ukuba ngukhansila. Athi mina ngifuna ukuba ngukhansila. Someone who understands the problems of the vendors. Selimfaka selimsala phana ekhansini uzalimela. Kodwa ngahamba ledobho omunye umuntu ithi kabuye. You always experience problems as vendors. Put one of your own, then you will see into zenu zizahamba. Njengoba ngitshilo ukuthi mina ngima ku-Ward 7. U-Ward 7 iMakokoba abathi khona kusemzini yezinsizwa. Abantu abaningi laphana eMakokoba baphila. They are often formal traders, baphila ngokuthengisa itobacco esithathina ngesindebele ngumphahambi. Mina nginje ngumuntu okhulele khona phana eMakokoba. Umama wangihambisa esikolo, my primary education, secondary and university, ngemali yomphahambi. I understand what vendors go through. I understand what our vendors and our problems are with. I feel so much yet. Just yesterday, when I was on my way to the nomination court, I came upon a ubhuti obethwele ukuthengisama amabhanana laphana nama-orange. Ubethwele isaniya, unokuhamba ethalazi, ngayithengisa ethalazi, ukhangela ukuthi ikhansila yini. That is not right. That is not right. Ukuthi kuphela impilo yobuhlungu. Khathesi njalo ubona umama nxa bethengisa esitayadini abantu amajezi lapha. Nxa bethengisa esitayadini. usele soyenza something ukuthi nxa ebona i-council isukuma so-create okuyilokuzalana isikhwama sokuthi ataphakamiseka wani asuke ebaleki. That is bad. That is very bad. Tina, as PRC, that is led by Umama Mduru, we are saying, yes, the informal traders are contributing immensely to the country's GDP. But in a city, what is causing that is because of unemployment. The economy is not performing very well. Industries are closed. And so many people are now resorting to the informal sector. From economy 1 to say economy 1, and it might happen that you are into the order. We also understand what this council has been doing. So what you are in the CPD. If I say that first avenue, I'm going to talk about the it is so impossible. Because I want to have a out of that things, about ticket, the other things, about okay. That people drop on our money. So PRC was saying, China, she's a Buddha within the CPT. That is a Buddha, which one of us will see Chinese. As PRC, we came up with a small blueprint that is called the manifesto, that is called BUILD, which stands for Blueprint to Unlock Investment and Leverage for Development. And with direct emphasis, what are we going to do for our vendors? They are going through a lot. They are going through a lot. So in PRC, we are saying, within the CPD. We are going to create employment because now the informal sector is now overcrowded. They are now resorting to the informal sector. So we are going to create jobs by opening with our industries. Now I want to say I want to be informal sector. Who says that this is negative now? Now I want to have a hamper. I want to set up who connect. Any to that experience though that we saw as the PRC. So many of us are in favor of Coco, so they could need it. So many cases out of Tina, Abacha, Asbona, you want to take Tina. So what we are saying Tina is PRC is we are going to push a motion in Parliament. Yes, I would Coco, Oscudi, Labokudu, were over 60 years ago at 30. And I knew a imagine with South Africa, Zambia, and some other such countries. You only have $100. I understand in South Africa, every month they are given 700 rands. Who pay now my 7 rands, which I have to now that one to 7 to forget payment. So we are saying, Tina, those that are 6 years and above, let them be given some form of Mahara, which in the sense could not have done that one is. But in our case, when I now visit our 3 man Mahara, the Bahama is a Bahama with I'm a police city council. That should come to an end. I think that will come to an end. In conclusion, there is one thing in much. Including ati mina imali ehambisa esikolo umama wakhula ithengisa umphakathi, and I know what you guys are going through because they are in some way I grew up through informal trading, so I understand what you people are going through. Where I come from, for anafana makokoba indawo lana sibili abantu abasurvive through informal trading. So now we're going to need them as a councillor. I know I'm very young and I'm very ambitious. Promising fake promises and sour food. It's time for the youth to rise up and claim our space. So Tina, let's we'll advocate with the PUA, Amala licenses so that you can trade. We allow to buy, we allow to politics, missing at the staff says, we don't get a start to what the other thing that we are going to advocate for? Within the CPT, the PUA in the vending. The PUA in the which is a considered event of Panapa. In conclusion, I thank you.
Siyabonga untanga othe kamkam indaba yakhe wathi wayichaya wayiqeda uthi bona njenge-People's Rainbow Coalition uku-Ward 7 yikho lapha bekhankasa khona uTerry Willis Moyo uyabekhankasa ku-Ward 7 eMakhokhoba ukuba ngu-councillor. Uthi bona bakhangelele ukuba informal trade inikeze udlanta kweze-GDP ibe ngeyinye ngathi ama-sectors athuthukisa i-GDP yelizwe uthi khona akufanelanga ukuthi wonke umuntu abethengisa into efananayo. Lokho kutshengisa ukuthi abantu baku-informal trade ayikhona ngoba bafuna kodwa ngoba baswele ukuthi kanti bangenzani. Yikho uzathi usuka lapha from ngale uGeorge Lundika uziyobamba ku-vegetable bebe kuthengiswa amatamatisi, ama-onion lamabhele kuphela ngoba abantu kabakwazi ukuthi bathengisele. Yikho kuphela abakwenelisayo anti kodwa ngabe umuntu uthengisa ngoba kuvele enhlizweni ubezadinga naye ukuthi hayi into eshodayo emphakathini yileyi othi ithengise yona athole imali ngoba kube kuyinto athanda ukuyenza. Uthi njengebandla balokuthiwa yi-build yabona ngani imanifesto yabo eyokuthuthukisa umkhonomi. Uthi bazafaka abantu lapho kulama-customer khona labo njengebandla ababhilive ukuthi umuntu kumele umlahlelele khatshana egodini, kumele umbise lapho kulabantu khona uzathola imali. Uthi bale inhliziyo yabantu abadala siyababona ogogo labokhulu bathatha impentsheni emsebenzini esebengene ezitaladini besebenza ngoba imali yankhona benelisi ukuthi nibaphilise. Anti uthi khona kufanelanga ukuthi ogogo labokhulu bebe be-informal trade. There should be a welfare system to take care of abadala. Kodwa lathi nxa ngikhangele lapha siku-informal trade kumele kube khona okuncane esikubekayo nxa sisebenza. Kanti uzathwala bakithi ufuqa inqola 20 years ezitaladini nxa ungasakwanisi kungabi ngitsho la senti etshengisa ukuthi you've worked 20 years in the informal sector. Akumelanga yini kube lesikhwama lapho kuphosela khona kumbe i-50 cents kumbe $1 ngenyanga ezabe kuncedisa nxa ungasakwanisi ukuthi hayi ngangibeka imali encane ngizabe ngithatha every month $20 ingincedisa. So bathi khona njengebandla kumele kube lento njalo zobona bebekhangelele kubantu abadala nani lingakucabanga ukuthi kanti lingakwenza njani njalo bazancedisa kweze trading licenses ukuthi thola ama-license lula lingaxotshaniswanga amapholisa kakhanseli. Ngicela ukubiza okugcina olapha nxa kukhona u-MP or u-councillor who's sitting in the audience who has not made themselves known to us, ofisa ukuzokuma phambili lapha la yakhulume cela azazise simnike ithuba. If there is anyone who is vying for MP or councillor right here in Bulawayo or surrounding areas in Matabeleland and you'd like to talk to the informal traders about what you're planning, please make yourself known. Otherwise, do come forward, sir, and tell us your name, your party, the ward you'll be running in, and what you have for the informal sector. This challenge is that
Zulu Gandaba, Zulu Omuche, Bulawayo Omuche, kakhulukazi khumbula kusajiwa ngoludala lapho abantu inkomo ezazinyama eyiphekwa ngomhluzi omunye sokutheni kahle yini kathi esiyenzake bakithi mmelelani ngikhulume engikhuluma lapha nguThulani wakoChawuke umlilo uMabaso Singwazi sikaMansena uSivumani uSinyori Sawumba umlilo ongachiyo ngakho-ke engikubekela khona yithe bengisiza lapha nje ukuthi ngizolalela njenge-informal trade yilapha nje i-informal trader ngicela ama-informal traders zizithayele izandla. You are the only people in this country who have shown what it is to really work with your hands. Right. Basically, njengoThulani Chawuke, an informal trader, backyard industry, 3342 eBabaland. I've met inroads. Kunezinto esengizenzile la i-newspaper eSunday Life eyaphuma mhla 18 March. There is this gadget engayilungisa, i-gadget engayilungisa ngo-2013, i-hygienic hand washer. Ukugezisa izandla, okokuthi nxa uvele ufika wena awubambi ithephu, ufika uziyathelele ngonyawo lwakho, uzigezele izandla zakho, usuke uzihambele. Xa ususuka lapho awusabambanga thephu, awuthathanga amagemsi, awenzanga lutho. Since 2013, I've been trying to get this gadget to be adopted into council. When it saves water by 70%. Amanzi awasebenzile, it saves water by 70%. Yekho ngicabanga ukuthi nxa ufikile etapini ubamba itap uvula ongakafaki izandla zakho ngaphansi 1 liter is already gone. Usiya decide ukuvala nokuvala kwakho uzakusebenzisa ukuthi uzathatha ingceke siyavala mbijana. How much water are we wasting each and every day by doing that? And how much money is the council wasting? I've tried to pull this through into the council head. I've failed just because I'm an informal trader working from behind. That my voice cannot be heard. So now, I have since decided to take this up and say, with this gadget, besides being hygienic and besides being water conservation, you can use that same water to water your flowers, to water your plants. If you can look at it with it, how much clean water are we wasting each and every day? If you look for a school, that's for Inyanda or in Ziligas. It's 2 schools in one with over 2,000 people. And if each people is wasting a liter per day, times 2,000, and times the number of days in a year, how much money is being wasted? That's only for one school. What of all the schools that are there? So the only thing that we need to do is to have people that are cost effective and that would really know how much council is losing on water alone. So if that budget is adopted in council, I'm telling you, the council in the next 5 years, it will be having surplus money to undertake other projects. So as the informal traders, we are the solution and we are the key to our development. How do we develop? The development that can be there is creating a localized economy. You create a local economy. What do I mean by a local economy? Vadala, uzathola ukuthi umuntu ozodeba umgelo phambi kwakho uvela ezulu. Umuntu ozokwenza ukuthi azokulungisela ingadi usuka eNewton West kumbe usuka ngaphi. Kodwa kulabafana abavele bekhona eduze benobuciko lobungcweti ukuthi bakulungise lokho. Kodwa ke siyakuhluleka lokho. Baningi badala abasukileyo ema-industries. Kodwa industry valile. There are a lot of people abenelisayo ukulungisa izicathulo ezingcono kulama-best before China, but we are shunning them away. Why shouldn't we go the local? Why shouldn't we buy the Zimbabwean system? Currently, my heart bleeds profusely because we are having over 5,000 engineers, certified engineers and professors, but if ever we are still importing a toothpick from China, then we are as good as dead. It is unfortunate that we are now having academic giants but social dwarfs. Ngakho-ke mina ngendlela yakhona le engiyitshoyo yithi mina ngifisa abantu abazasukumela phezulu ukuthi sibone nini the practical people. Let's elect people that are practical. Let's elect people that would move towards its development. And thirdly, ngicela ukuthi konke lokhu bakithi sikwenza sindawonye, unity of purpose. Into esibulele ilizwe lethu yi-party politics. Abanye baze bathi yi-party politics. Ukuthi people are busy in the chambers, they are busy in parliament fighting against each other. While we are still suffering, let's change that notion. Ngiyabonga mama. Sorry, iphathe ngimeleyo kuthiwa yi-APA, Alliance for the People's Agenda, ekaNkosana Moyo. Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyabonga ngoba uthulani khawukela phana uthi yena ubuye lo mzekeliso ukuthi hayi yena informal trader that is taking action and inventing things in the sector esenzela ukuthuthukisa informal trade. Ngakho-ke kakhona informal trader efuna ukuvotelwa nje ngoba ifuna isikhundla, hayi informal trader who is active in the sector and has actually invented something. Uthi yena ule gadget yakhe ayidini bona ngani nxa lingathola ithuba mhlawumbe lingabona. But uthi how can we create our own local economy? Singenza njani ukuthi umnotho wako-Bulawayo usebenzele abantu bako-Bulawayo ukuze kube lezinto eziyenziwa khona lapho zithengiswe khonapho. Hayikhona ukuthi sithole abantu abavela khatshana, umama lapha uke wakhuluma ngabantu be-China bebisa izinto zabo nga. Layo ubaba ukhulume ngokuthi silama-engineer thina ngu-5,000 aba-certified, kodwa si-importa izinto ezifanana lama-toothpick. Kuyini okwenza ukuthi ama-engineers ethu engenelisi ukuthi asebenze khona lapha, aproduce izinto khona lapha, asithengisele izinto khona lapha. Mhlawumbe imithetho yethu ekhona o-OMP bazasitshela, imithetho yenza ukuthi ama-products a-local abe too expensive, lama-laws that make it difficult for people to produce local, angithi. So into athi yena bona njenge-Alliance for People's agenda i-apha, they will work to improve. Uthi le unity of purpose yadingakala, ayikhona i-party politics. Badala mbona ngani sesiqedile ngalaba abahlezi phambili, sesibuya yini imibuzo elilayo. Ukhulumile umama lapho uStylish Magida, wakhuluma laphana uTerry Moyo, wakhuluma ubaba uChauke. Sicela imibuzo yenu, ngaqala ngabo baba labana bese ngibuya kuwe. Alright, kade sokuyimbuzo kuphela vele. Ngicela yes.
Sabonani badala. Mina ngithanda ukuthi ukuthi sibe indabeni isikhathi sonke lesi ama-MPs la ekhuluma nama-councillors ekhuluma, kodwa as a vendor angizwa ababalulekile abakhulumayo ukuthi bazalungisisa njani lolu hlupho esihlangana lalo thina lapha ko-Bulawayo. Lapha mina into ade ngikhangelele ukuthi maybe abantu laba bazakhuluma ngomthetho le-segregative laws, yona le constitution yako-Bulawayo eyiyo esenza thina sihlupheke abantu abathengisayo bonke labazisebenzayo. Le imithetho lo okuthiwa work-blocking pavements labo yona le tshena njani umthetho leyo. So abantu labo abasichazeli ukuthi bazakwenzani ngale imithetho, ukuthi bazafika bathini kona beye ku-city council chambers kuze le imithetho yesule.
So umbuzo wakho ukuthi lizakwenzani ukuthi imithetho eyenza lehlile ukuthengisa isuswe anti ngoba kabakakukhulumi lokho, ngiyathemba bakuzile. Kulo baba ohlezi eceleni kwakho ngicela umnike imic, ngiyabuya
badala. Mina ngifuna ukuthi ngibuze ukhansela weMakhokhoba, ngizwe sithi ukhangele ukuthi uzathatha amavenda ebafaka ethawuni ngapha. EzeMakhokhoba ungukhansela esimkhangelelayo, sifuna ukhansela ongadivelopa indawo leya ogogo abahlala ema-one room lawana eMakhokhoba, ongadiliza izindlu lesa, abadingele iziteji ezokuthi bahlale bangahlali kuma-one room bengawogogo. So hayi ungathathi abantu labana bebalisa ngapha ethawuni, ubadingele imarkethi ngemakhokhoba lapha ukuthi bathengise khonapha. Ukhansela ozakhangela imakhokhoba ukuthi ibuyele njengokudala lokwa. Sengibuya futhi ku-ZAPU iZAPU mama ngathi ekukhampani sekhona ukuthi libuye limele ama-MPs lama-councillors, kade zifuna ukubabona face to face. Sorry, njengabameli bethu akumelanga babe busy, kumele babuye bazobonana lathi. Yiyo injongo yethu, siyabakhalela, siyafisa ukubabona because ngabantu esimele ukuthi sibanike isikhalazo zethu bayesimele eParliament.
ngabantu esimele ukuthi sibakhe esikufuna right sengikhangela futhi lapha u-MP ozasimela lapha etown la right thina njengamavenda sikhangele ukuthi sisuswe lapho esithengisela khona lathi sinikwa ama-shops anikwa ama-china lawa ichina libuya lizosithathela umduli wethu hayi iNigeria lisuke eNigeria lizosithathela umduli wethu khonapha thina ama-MP likhona likhona ama-MPs kumbe selithizwa lanye
ngani uzwakele umbuzo kumele ukubuya kubomama khona lapho nangomama uphakamisa isandla ogqoke i-purple jacket then sizabuya phambili umama ogqoke ijacket eyi-purple
siyabonga umakhansili sebekhulile ebengukhangele lokuqala bemfuna ukuthi lisitele ngamarenti amarenti lawa sikhangele ukuthi njengoba sithengisa nzima kunezinto eziningi izikithini ngamarenti ngoba khona phana esitendini silamarenti amaningi sehlule kukubhadala silamarenti amaningi ezindlini sehlule kukubhadala njalo futhi khona phana nxa likhangele alikaze lisusa impilo esizithengisayo sizitransporta ngani because silela gate ezingaka alikwazi ukuthi sizithwala ngani njalo i-storage yakhona inga so kuma-rent ethu every month siyabe sinemali ye-storage siyabe sine-transport ya-everyday yokuthwala izinto zoneziya so besifuna ukuthi sizwe ukuthi lidini ngamarenti kuqakathekile sifuna amarenti futhi nama-vendors ithengisayo sinabantwana abasezikolo zendlini kuma-councillors i-fees silamabhili angaka ibhili endlini so ibhili ezisendlini so nina lithini kungasiteki lutho ufuna ukubuzwa ukuthi lithini amabhilisi maningi ungaphulelwa ngumntana akho bamfonele lisesitendini umntwana segula anithengisanga the whole day eklinika bambhalela ikhadi amakliniki wenu lina bantu bekhansili lifike lingasibhalela ikhadi lithi lifuna imali liqeda lapha lisibhalela i-prescription lithi siyethenga umuthi konke khona lokho siyabesiyabonga.
Thank you very much. Hey, abantu bale phasi nanti umama ugqoke ijacket eyiyelo lapha phambili basimnika imayiki kulezandla eziningi ezibuyayo. Alright. Njani? Azange ngizwe bekhuluma ngendaba yemali ngoba imali yesingayo imali kayisatholakala emabhenki imali itholakala phandle esitritini ate siyafuna ukuya eGoli kufanele ngihambe phandle esitritini laphana yinto engathi ivunyelwe ngiyodinga imali ngishintshe ngerate ababezatshela yona ngoba ngifuna ukuyothenga eGoli kumbe ngifuna ukuthenga enye into kufanele ngiye phandle kuyabe isiningi kakhulu engingasayikwanisi kodwa kufanele ngigenze ngithole ibhenki ayisela mali then okunye kwesibili ama-pensioners awenasa imali abayiholayo ama-$20 umuntu yena wasebenza isikhathi eside umuntu waphuma elimele uphiwe $20 abanye baphiwe $30 into engathi sibokela kuyahlukuluza abantu abadala sibili abalokhu bekhona njalo i-city council yethu ikakhulu ayisela ama-toilets afree silama-pay toilets lesuka khonale kubharo uzuyengena i-toilet engxenye njengane egodini sebevalile i-public toilet sizangena erenkini awusoze usele i-toilet kwenye indawo ziningi izinto ezizakalayo i-city council kukho khona lokhu kufanele ukhangele ngoba kunzima kakhulu ukuthi engxenye yavula mvele esibhedlela ize ngengena i-toilet erenkini wonke esengabhadaliswayo kuthiwa abantu ngoba bangamachapha bazingotisa ama-toilet so kufanele abe ngama-pay toilet sicela lisikhangelele nxa lizangena khona lapho sikhangele izinto ezinjengazinalezo ukuthi siyabonga alemuva ngizacela ukuthi sithole impendulo for ama-questions asebuzwe khathesi bese ngithatha imbuzo yenanti ngiyabuya
ngingabantu abagogekile ngiyacela ukuthi aziye bantu abazilendisayo singihamba singena emgwaqweni ziyibhala ababizwa ukuthi labo sicela ukuthi lizithulela izinto zokuyenza
sivuke abegugu ukuyela ukuthi njengabantu abedelivery singayothi sibhode emgwaqweni lesizikenzile izifundo zethu.
Sizacela ubaba ukuthi asichasisele ukuthi ubuditheni okwakhathesi sizathi fatafata eminye imbuzo esizwileyo lapha ubaba ukhulume ngokuthi khona eMakhokoba ngale the elderly in Makhokoba are living in one room which are not ideal, and he is hoping that the aspiring councillor will talk about the demolition of those rooms and the rebuilding of better facilities for them. He also talked about them not being brought to the city center to sell, but stores being put up right there in Makhokoba so that the elderly don't have to come all the way to the CBD to sell. He also talked about the shops that are occupied by the Chinese and Nigerians being given to the informal traders, local informal traders. He also, the lady talked about, asked about rent, says there's a lot of money going into the rent that they are paying, and yet they also have other expenses that they have to pay to carry their goods from storage into the city center and things like that. What is council going to do about things like that? The lady talked about getting cash. How do informal traders have access to money? Because when they do not have ready cash, they cannot order their stuff, they cannot work properly, and the issue of paid toilets and the closing down of Egodini terminus, where they cannot use those public toilets anymore. They now have to go as far as Rengini to use free toilets. Many of the toilets that are accessible have to be paid for. What is council going to do about that? And there was a question from the gentleman here. I'll ask if you can translate for us what he was asking.
Well, the gentleman was asking that as people living with disabilities, they should not be treated like what others are being done, being faced by the City Council police.
Right, so what are our aspiring candidates going to do for the differently abled vendors, issues of accessibility to facilities, because they too have to be catered for. So I'm going to invite Umama Magida and followed by the other gentlemen to come and respond to questions as we go. Also remember that if there's any MPs out there who have come in, please do come up and we will recognize you and give you an opportunity. This is a public meeting by the chair and we're taking questions now from the podium, from the public, the audience, for our aspiring candidates.
Right. Okokuqala ngifuna ukuphendula lokho ukuthi imithetho eyenziwayo ku-City Council kumbeni eParliament, into engifuna ukulazisa yona kubantu bakobulawayo ukuthi into yokuqala konke esikwenzayo kuvela ku-National Constitution. Ithini i-National Constitution? And thina njengabantu ama-vendors ngabantu bakobulawayo besonke thina Zimbabwean citizens, we have to understand the Constitution first. What does it say? And then it cascades down to the local authority constitution, hinging on the national constitution. Isuka lapho ibese sihamba thina elisithethileyo as councillors and members of parliament ukuthi siye attend ama-council meetings, siye attend the parliament, sifake imithetho friendly to you. So you must kuthiwa ukuthi khetha ibandla eli-right elizakudala likumele lapha, akona ukukhethana ngobungane. Ngasifika lapha sithi hayi imithetho is there guided by the national constitution. Ithi ama-rights, ngayisithi ama-rights ithoni, ithi ukuthi wonke umuntu une-right. So konke esikwenzayo we must respect the rights of the individual, nokuthi by right kumele liphile kuhle. Umsebenzi kahulumende wokuqala ukuthi abone ukuthi sonke sidla kuhle, sihlezi ezindlini ezirayithi, abantwana bayahamba esikole, kule infrastructure, kule mgwaqo, kule sibhedlela, kule nto yonke bengakaze bakufake lapho hlezi khona. So ungabona bengakwenzi khona. Ukawusive a specific example. Ngihamba nge-airport road lapha, sorry ukusebenzisa ilokuzeni indawo leyo, ukuthi ngihamba khona izikhathi eziningi ngisiye Woodville ku-Antwana. Kule Woodville residential area eqaliswe ngu-Coltart. Uthe ifake i-residential area leyana, kazange aqala athatha abantu ayefaka abantu njenge-Cowdray Park. Hayi, uqale laphana wathenga ilendi, esuka lapho wakha imigwaqo, wafaka amanzi, wafaka amagetsi, wafaka konke, wathi vuyani ke lizohlala. Yikho kumele kwenziwe. I-rights of the people are supposed to be priority in whatever we are doing. So imphetho ikhona, kodwa abantu abakhona laphana, one, sifaka abantu abangaziyo ukuthi benzani. Two, abanga-understand i-constitution yabo yeZimbabwe. Three, abanga-understand ukuthi imphetho itshintshwa njani. Konke kuyatshintshwa, kulanto impossible to change. Yino ngikho ngithe mina ukhansel engakayi ku-council, umember of parliament engakayi eparliament, kumele alibize axoxe lani kuyini elikufunayo. Sithi sesisiya ngale sesiya presenta izikhalazo zenu akho lezani. Right? Okwesibili, i-financial resources. Ngithe mina lingalingizwe kuhle. Into yokuqala ngohulumende osebenza kuhle. One, ozabona ukuthi mining iyasebenza, i-agriculture iyasebenza, i-industry iyasebenza, ukwenzela ukuthi 95% zabantu labana abangasebenziyo baqhathwe basebenze. Ukwenzela ukuthi wena venda uthola umuntu ozabuye uzothenga kuwe. Ngazo neziphilazi ezintathu inyawo zembiza, i-three-legged pot zingasebenzi, akula mali, akula muntu ozazala imali njengomqokolo babe beliqambela amanga. The correction is industry, mining and agriculture, ukwenzela imali bekhona. Ngoba kumele sithengise sithole imali, si-import, si-export sithole foreign currency. Ngakho ngeke belokhu ngizwa even kuthiwa ngubani uhulumende okhona khathesi ntozabuye othi uzalinika imali uyadlala nxa engaqondisanga lezo ama-three-legged pot lana ngu-three, mining, industry and agriculture. And then differently able people, ngithe mina sizakwakha ama-facilities with the stakeholders, ama-companies, wonke umuntu abuye ezokwakha so that you reduce your rent. Indawo leyo iyabe le-security, iyabe le-storage facilities, iyabe le-ablution blocks, iyabe food outlets. Udelta for example angadecide namhlanje koBulawayo ngakha 5 vending stores wherever it is. Ukwenza ufana lokuthi usebenzise the storage facility, so it's so easy, your rent becomes low. It's just to show that you are registered, and that's all, so that you can enjoy all the protection facilities with that. Fakani abantu abayibo, votelani iparty eyiyo, yekelani ukuvotela amaparty la asadinga ukuthi kulama-parties were established, you know. Njalo iZAPU likhumbule iyazala yonke amaphathona la, so they know what they are doing. Vote for those people.
Siyabonga simtheleni izandla for bathi abadala sitshelele ukuthi lizakwenzani okubambekayo.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank my brother over there who asked me such a pertinent question. Ukuthi okoko ezinto zamakokoba kumele zidilise izinto zona lezo bebe better infrastructure. My brother, I want you to understand ukuthi mina I for one as a councillor, nxa ukuthi ngingenile ngaba councillor, I cannot push for that motion ngiyedwa. I cannot push for that motion ngiyedwa. You rather judge me ngoba utshela isiqiniseko ukuthi umkhambi lamanga ngithi going to implement that senza into yokwenza njalo. Noma ungizone kodwa ukuthi lokho asekukwanisa. What happens now is nxa sifuna izinto zamakokoba ukuthi it's not even it's not even a council thing. Into esuka parliament. The parliament, the parliamentarians, that parliamentarian for that particular constituency, that pushes for a motion. In my constituency, isn't the houses are now dilapidated. So the deal is with that parliament, all the 210 parliamentarians, they are voter. every say when I vote, then that promotion comes through. If it's a Bulawayo City Council, then that thing comes to manifest. It's versus delays. I, for one day of councillor Kawa 7, I have no powers. You're going to Mr. Deliza is into the map of over. So what the houses are now dilapidated, we know I stay in that particular area. I mean, then I study, I science, but we're going to push for that motion. But I cannot push for that motion in here, but we do it collectively. We do it collectively as councillors. Right. As PRC, umama wabuza ukuthi lenzansi lesecurity isikolo lesecurity ngapha right. Thina in our manifesto ngazange futhi sikhulume into ezinengakhulu but I want to ukugxila much on ama-informal traders. Thina sithi if our president angena uJason Direction becomes the president, we are going to scrap wonke. That is what you can check it in our website, our Twitter handle, build document which explains it. Now we're going to scrap primary, ama-fees wonke. Ama-development schools are going to scrap, ama-rental residents are going to scrap council ucha. Utanzotatu rent yabo ucha. Right. For primary education, if I feel that we are going to run a president corner, no primary school student will pay any school fees. But I will put them on mahara. For secondary students, you tell it, actually, this is live, I'm saying this was a link code, they caught me, I know that I'm on camera, and I'm saying something that they requires. I'm saying you should look at it for that group document. These are the changes and right. For secondary school students, it is like people come out, I would go back to the school, school fees or society, we are going to scrap that out. Then if it's 10 now, because we're going to take 10 now. Secondary school students, if it's 10 now, that's a point of mahara, they will start paying next term, and if it's their corner, it is going to be affordable. But for primary school students, it is going to be for free. Then for my brother who has a question, we believe in a PRC, having a disability does not mean that you are unable to do anything. We believe that with that disability, you can do something for your livelihood. But the problem that is being faced is now that thing has turned into a partisan thing, into a party. I say into a bank. So if the voters go into power, we will make sure who are disabled, they have the so that they can be able to do something worthwhile.
Siyabonga umama ubuzile ngama vendors lokuthwala into engibona iyiyo ebalulekileyo ukuthi njenge council we design lockable and secure vending stores ukuthi nxa ufika ukhulule uvule uthengise uvale. Just like any other places, kukhona nje kwezinye indawo kuba khona nje a very lockable neat things ezokuthi kuyabe kuvele kufakiwe kukhona phana uzifakele ufike uzivulele uzingenele. Okwesibili, the thing now why ama-rates esiyaphezulu is because the council has been led by people who have run it down. I-council yona ngwayo ilivele ilama-plans ayo esdifam ade kuphuma inkomo ade ziphuma ziba ngo-number 1 e-trade fair ade kuphuma amabele ayo apheka ingwebu ilivana amabhawa ase-privatized and everything else. So all those should be taken back to council because here izinto ade sithi ama-profits those companies, they were making almost a profit of over 2 million, of which that's the amount of money at the Salentinga is subsidizer, clinic is subsidizer as for the council. So therefore, as if elected into council, it's pushing a motion of the council is to reinvest into its other projects. Because currently, Emma plans in on allow our country. Kulama mine upon but the council does not even have a single share or anything else that is there. So why is it so? It's because we are having incompetent people who cannot think of investing, because council should be run on commercial basis such that as the citizens we enjoy those fruits with a subsidized rate. So the only way we can do it is to resuscitate all those.
Right. Bakhuluma lapha umama ukhuluma ngama basic services uthi lokho egcizelela ukuthi uhulumende wethu kumele abe nguye onika ama basic services. Nxa lokho kungayisayenzakalanga mama imali ngayisoze ingene. Nxa uhulumende esehluleka ukuvuselela industry, vuselela agriculture, mining, the basics of the economy, imali ayisoze ibambeke. Ngakho ke kumele kungene kuhulumende ibandla elizavuselela umnotho welizwe. Uthi khona kule misunderstanding yama rights le constitution yethu. Abantu abasembusweni ngabawazi umthetho abayazi constitution. Uthi bona bazakwakha ama facilities ukuthi mama awusozudinge ukuthi i-transport ukuthi impahla yakho isuse endlini. Yonke into uzabuyithola khonapho. Actually bonke ama-candidates sebekhuluma ngendaba yama-facilities lapho ama-informal traders will have security and all facilities. One indawo ayikhona ukuthi nxa ngomgqibelo ngiyambona omama besuka ngale emarket lana eKhothama befuqa inqola sebesiyagcina kuma-storage. Kumele kube le ndawo khona phana e-shower block ukhansela avumela khona abantu bakhiye izinto zabakithi. So bathi bazakwenza njalo. Ukhansela ngale uthera ukhulume ngokuthi yena kalamandla ukuthi adilize izindlu zemakhokhoba, kodwa kumele o-MP bawuhambise eParliament bencedisana ke njalo kuzaba ngaba lesinqumo esinjalo. Uthi bona it's a central government issue, but njengebandla bazakhupha i-school fees, bakhuphe imbadalo ekhona e-primary into ezinjalo. Akwazi ukuthi uzakwenza njani njengokhansela lokho, kodwa uthi njengebandla kukhona ku-build document yabo. Then balama policies okuncedisa abantu abagogekileyo ukuthi babe independent, bazimele bodwa ngoba i-disability is not inability. Kuba bangale kuseneni yena ukhulume ngokuthi the council should be led by people, either run by people who destroyed it in the first place. He asked what has happened to the Bulawayo City Council investments, like the farms, like the agricultural projects, the beer halls. What has happened to that? Those should be rejuvenated and reinvested into, so that the council has money to support local health and local schools. Those are some of the issues that have been brought up. I'll take the last round of questions, starting with the gentleman in the suit, then I'll go to the gentleman at the back, and I'll take these last three questions in front after that. Quickly, this will be our last round of questions.
I want to help my brother, Councillor Makoko. Ukuthi ukhulume ngokuthi ngokama school fees stretcher and stuff. Kunekhona badala into engakwanisa ukwenzakala. Okwenza lingali liyaphikisa. Ukuthi sathi sikhula sazitshela ukuthi into lezo okunje ukuswelakala kwezimali lani sakuthatha kwaba yinto vele ekhona engakwanisa ukuthinteka. Into lezi badala ziyayenzakala. Into leyi iyakwanisa ukuthinteka. Ama-fees wona lapho em-primary level whatever level kuyakwanisa ukusigrade. But okwenzakala kumele kuqale kube lalokhana okukhulunywa kwathiwa ama-industries elelokhu efunction. I-agriculture ibe khona, i-mining ibe khona. Imali lezi ezithathwa from agriculture and mining zifakwe endaweni lapho kumele zibe khona. Lokhu ukuthi zibe zisesikhwameni somunye umuntu. Badala ngifuna ukukhuluma futhi kuza kuba lama-stands acreatwa ngaphetawuni ngaphi. Ibulawayo badala lingakhayela ama-structures akhona kathesi. Into ezayakhwa oSmith basakhona. Kathesi akula nto ukuthi iyalungiswa kumbe iyanjani. Le space lapho kubulawayo liyavumelana lami ukuthi soku-crowded, sokugcwele. Angeke ukuthi ufuna enye i-structure khona lapho eCBD etawuni. Uyayifaka ngaphi nje wani sokuminyezekile. Into esingayenza nxa kungakwaniseki ukuthi kube ku-create kuvulwe enye itawuni kumbe
kube lesinye isipesi ukuthi siyayengezelela lapha from etawuni lapha badala into engathi ngiyayitho.
Siyabonga ukuthi laphana is saying that Bulawayo is already overcrowded. Where are you going to build the informal facilities? The hand right at the back there, the gentleman in a white t-shirt.
Sorry, what I want to say about these people want to go into the council. I'm aspiring councillors. As the informal sector, we are looking for these bylaws to be reviewed. Because for those who have been there, they pushed, but if you are in the office, try to push these bylaws of 1978 so that can be changed and suit the environment. Secondly, we need you to push the vending policy. What we are talking about, informal sector, according to the survey which has been surveyed 2014, 94.5% are informal workers. So we are the economy. So what we need you guys. If you are elected in the office, try to push for the bylaws, try to push for the vending policy. Thank you.
Siyabonga baba uthi khona sifuna okhansela abazathuthukisa imithetho bayenze yazakale ebantwini ukuthi kanti vele imithetho ekhona edolobheni yiwuphi. Bekule sandla lapha phambili ngicela sibathathe. Ngiyabuya bakithi. Ngathi umama uzoqaleni kubaba lapha ukufuna kumama khona ngathi.
Ngiyabonga mina ngifuna ukuza iparty kumbe uMP who's going to revive the industry ukuthi isebenze in various sectors. Ngoba yokule problem khona ukubayenza to lower the rest. Ngoba if the industry is working, the country is getting taxes from there, the poor will be lowered in taxation. Ngifuna ukuzwa ukuthi kona kuleni ngoba abantu aba-informal bayayehluleka ukuthola iland. Land is a natural resource. A natural resource enga-ownwa yi-council, but the council is there to manage your government. But the council pretend as if they manufacture the land. The land belongs to us all, and it's a natural resource. Right. Then from there, if you look at disability, the laws, the constitution is saying the country or the government will assist if resources permit. That alone shows the government is not committed to address the challenges of the disabled. There we need a motion to revisit or change this constitution. Those are the three questions. Thank you.
Siyabonga ngama questions lama comments lapho baba uthi nizenzani ukuthi khona ama mining lawa avuka ama industry avuke nizayenzani for the disabled so that it's not just something that government pays lip service to but is committed to. Yebo
Ngiyabonga i-23. Mina engikubonayo lengikuzwayo ukuthi bonke abakhulumayo ama-sparring councillors and MPs basithembisa esavela sakuthenjiswa lakuqala labaqalayo from 1980 they were promising that kumbe into esahambayo sisiyakulwela kokuthi sithole amalungelo enjalo but they have never come into effect. Awungabi lento eyenzakalayo up to now sesize sisifa sikuthiya kulokhu ekunjalo. All we want now as informal sector sifuna i-representation from us engxenye yikho kungasenza ukuthi lapho sikhulume sisizakala. Sifuna i-representation from the informal sector as it is. Sifuna i-policy change on informal sector kutshintshe sibili plus angike likhuluma nge-corruption ekhona kangaka. You are not talking much about the e-corruption. So we are also going to follow suit. Legal drivers, but the taxes is now sitting one. All that sensitive with this country. Our promises are under effect.
Mama, to be fair, bakona sile mbazile kuluma nge-corruption. Kulezandla ngapha. Ngiyabuya baba, ngifuna ukunika abangakakhulumi. Kulezandla ngapha ngiyabuya.
Ngandimbekezele. Siyabonga. Siyabaza bayakhuluma abadala abathi bazasimela kodwa mina endithanda ukukusho yikuthi iZimbabwe at one point yayi-bread basket of Africa. Basithembisa yini ukuthi sizabuyela khona lapho. At one point wawusiba proud ukuthi uthwele i-passport yeZimbabwe ubhoda usuka lapho usiya kwamanye amazwe. Khathesi ngithole i-passport yeZimbabwe ngiyayifihla ngiyesaba nokuthi ngiziveze kwabanye abantu ukuthi ngiyiZimbabwe. Ngendaba yenu lina bakhokheli bethu eselithethe ilizwe lethu laliyenza lali-runner down ukuthi lingabi yinto nje ebantwini. Siyayangeka ngokuba yilokho esikho khona ngenxa yabahulumende abangamaqili. Lani likhona lapha phambili lingasithembisi izinto elingeke lizibhalisise kusasa. Siyacela ukubana lisibisele endaweni ekade siyibona siziqhenye ngeZimbabwe kade iyo yona kudala. Siyabonga.
Ngiyabonga siswathekile mama lapha.
Sebekhulumile abantu. Mina esengizwile la we realize ukuthi everyone is speaking with passion. Abantu on the floor are submitting with passion. Betshengisela ukuthi bazi ubuhlungu enhlizweni. I look at all the aspiring candidates there. These people who have their hearts in the right place. But I feel we've been let down by the system. The government has let us down. Abantu bazimisela babuya lapha bayathembisa izinto. It's what they want to see happen. Babona ukuthi vele abantwana lapha sesikuhluphelile. Ngingathi especially speaking from this region has been left behind since independence. What we are trying to do is to put in place a structure that will allow abantu ematebelele to be people again. For the region to be back on the map as Zimbabwe. What we are trying to build here, I champion the chamber that delivers. So what they need to deliver today is to listen to what the people are saying. All that we want to see happening. Ukuthi abantu esiqindila esematebelele kumele bezizwe ngabantu ukuthi nxa bekhuluma singakhulumi ngolaka but sikhuluma ngobuhlungu ukuthi ubuhlungu lobe simuzwayo yinto enziwe igovernment. So thina enxa sikhuluma la sifuna ukuthi laba abantu bazasimela but they've got their heart in the right place. Bengibalaleli bonke bekhuluma besithembisa but what has made the ones before them fail? Because the government doesn't listen. When abahamba besithi represent abantu either who council or who government, but nothing gets done because if it's late, if they lay, ayifunakali ukuthi kumele. So kumele khathesi structures must be put in place ezenza abantu everything late bezizwe ngabantu. Mina I want to say yona lay, I don't know why the reason behind the organization equally this meeting today. But okumele kubhale phansi ukuthi not only have you come to hear what the people are expecting from these people, you should take it further. Ukuthi ngoba abantu laba, if I tell you the truth, if you begin to ask them, they've got answers. But the answers are, they are not being listened to. They've been in the way. Abanye bazali bekhona nangomunye ukhuluma ukuthi up to university ngomamaki othengisa emkampo. These people have got the answers. Lina as an organization, your responsibility now is to listen to these people. Ukuthi kanti bona kuyini abakufunayo and you document it from them. Listen to the people. People are good to and then you feed to all these people now who are going to represent them in council, they represent them in government under a structured process. That's all that you are calling. But the government, you guys, what you are doing now, you are creating knowledge. They need to be armed with knowledge and education. At the end of the day, they should stand up and rise, lead bottom up. What the government is doing is wrong. Maybe the government was, it's not that people don't know. They know. But there's no pressure from the people. So you need to empower these people to be strong enough to rise up and make their ideas known.
Thank you so much, Siyabonga. Ngicela ubaba ngalesi sandla bese ngizothatha isandla sokugcina lapha kumama.
Ngiyabonga lani.
Khafu baba.
Sanibonani. Lawa khulumayo usiphathamandla maqhuba. Silani sibanje. Ngicela ukuthi ngibonise abantu bakithi, iqiniso abantu bakithi. Ukuthi-ke lawayeni okwenza ukuthi ingaphumeleli into eyi-one. Aninanzelelanga constitution yami leyo milayo le. Kulento ekuthiwa unitary state. I-unitary state government le yenza ama-powers kahulumende. Umuntu obusayo enza i-authoritarianism, kumbe i-command government, whereby umthetho uyakusuka ngathi from up downwards, right? So abantu bangasa konke lokukhulumayo konke lokufisayo ngale ephalamende kuyavotwa. Nalebe libalithwana emathelendi kulabantu abalithwana abangangokuthi silemathelendi north lemathelendi south. Ngapho kuvotwa ngale sesibalithwana sikwanisa ukuthi sinjani sime. Kanti bekunjalo ukuthi sinte kwi-system okuthiwa unitary kule federal within the government, whereby thina abantu emathelendi la siyazenzela sodwa ayikhona i-devolution of power. Because devolution of power has been said ikhona lapha constitution kodwa ayi-implementwanga because government has benefited these corrupt abantu laba-criminals around this current government, and they are benefiting from this regime whereby they don't want to see that sivuke, they suppress us because they knew ukuthi lapha kuvele izinto ezinjani. Look, companies have been closed here lapha kuBulawayo, zipho opened in Harare. Njalo yakubona ikhansili la yebophayo ukuthi amazendayo la eHarare go akula muntu obotshwayo. And in fact that ukuthi thina la even ikhansili abantu bakwe-waiting list, imali yale libhadala i-waiting list iyangaphi. Ikhansili yona ingazaki yenze ibisebheki imali ebhadalayo kodwa zakhona zisi. Plus futhi kathesi kulenzayo egodini lapha. Why abantu bevele eHarare befike bezosebenza la ndina linganjani lingasebenzi. Anjalo so mina kufuze siyinde umthetho lo omubi o-unitary senze i-federal. I-federal izangincedisa ukuthi laying within the government sihlangane le eHarare kulento okuthiwa i-state Amazon layo whereby imathenda efika le egwengile whereby angi-tribal nalingathi i-tribal ngoba le-nepotism tribalism liyafaka i-nepotism esapho lapha wabisa abantu ukuzosebenza ngayo. Kanti-ke thina lathi kulabantwana la so thina i-province akathesi kukhotha ama-province amathelendi fika ngathi ngale ekwekwele whereby lapha okugcina khona Jameson ndayo kwenza ukuthi lathi ngasikhulume eParliament sizwakala sesivalithwana ngazikhulume akulanto ezwakalayo vele eParliament sivalithwana.
Siyabonga baba, siyabonga. Kuzwakele. Siyamuza ubaba, ngicela sinike umama ngathi imayiki bese siphendula. Umbuzo etoksini. Othi khafu ubuza umbuzo mama.
Ngicela nto eningi ngayikhuluma. Kuzokuningi ngifuna ukubuza ukhansela othe uzamelela lapha ohlongweza ngize khuluma ngokuthi uza-constructa ama-industry ngamuzwa kodwa okunye obekuphendulile. So mina into engibuzayo ngaye ukuthi kathi lawa akhona ama-industry njengoba sephenduka aba ngama-chechi azatshalele okwenzakale ngama-chechi njalo ngokuthi senjalo.
Siyabonga.
Okunye futhi ebesengibuza othe umelele uward 7 uthe uzabe ngukhansila ukuthi kumbe ang-understand ukuthi khuluma ngayo. Ngize kuthi uzathatha abantu ebalethe etown emakhokhoba lapha ngibona ngani kule ndaweni yenhle futhi ukuthi efusini ubezabe yakhela khona abantu abadala abalungisele kuthi.
Phela umama phendule. Ngizathatha ukuphendula masinyane. Bantu benkosi mina ngiku-education sector kusukela ku-primary school ngadlula ku-secondary school ngadlula ku-SSI Teachers College Belvedere kade ngise-university. I went through UZ, MSU, now I'm at NAS. Let me tell you something. Ukuthi sikhona siqambelana sithi free education lawo ngamanga aluhlaza athe tshoko. It is impossible because someone has to fund that and who is going to fund that? Singaqambelana manga selenene iqiniso. But there's a way of doing it in a softer way.
Then to decongest Bulawayo, which Bulawayo is congested for vending stores, that is not true. There's so much space. Look at the city hall, spaces, there's so much space which we need. But at the same time, we say we must change policy. If rural urban migration must change to urban to rural migration, ama-shops entundambila laphana kwakhiwe nguhulumende kumele shop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abantu bematopo ahamba yerent shop 1, shop 2, shop 3 ilizwe lisebenze kumbe sematopo kumbe kobulawayo decongest urban to rural migration rather than rural to urban. Njalo enye into ngithemina ipurpose kahulumende yikuthi akusupply ngokudla. Yikho nxa kuthiwa kuthi isukudla lokhuyana okuthiwa yi-food aid lina libona ingani ivela ku-present government. That is wrong, that is wrong. And ukudla kwafana ngivela ku-present government ngama-international organizations asosukudla lonto azokunika. I-role kahulumende yikuthi ikunike ukudla lingalambi, ibone ukuthi le-decent accommodation, ibone ukuthi le-infrastructure and everything else. Konke lokhu kwenziwa yi-corporate policy. I-policy ezenziwa eHarare Parliament nxa zingaqonda, i-industry yaqonda, i-agriculture yaqonda, i-mining yaqonda, ngaphandle kwalokhu kodwanini. And then indaba yokuthi i-industry zikhona kobulawayo la asinithemena singatshintsha ipolicy ngale zonke izinto lezi ziyavuka. But again khumbulani ukuthi izikhathi ziyatshintsha. For example, yes, email might be useful today for towels and things like that. But this is true. Relevant today. That's why universities have to do research so that we solve current society problems. In our day-to-day society. And then finally, i-conference le ayingatheleli khona sisi, ayingatheleli khona, I emphasize. Ama-resolutions la akhulunywa ngabantu la bawafakwe ephepheni ayehanjiswa ku-relevant authority for action, and those councillors and MPs taking those resolutions can change and bring change to what these people want. Thank you.
All right, what my mother taught me would say something that is impossible is something that is in the mind. Now we believe there is nothing that is impossible, especially in offering free primary education. As it was, if South Africa can do it, if the countries like the United Kingdom can do it, why can't we do it in Zimbabwe? It might be impossible to ZAPU, but to PRC it's very possible. Right. Mama, I think the Mbuzo we pushing oh mama, why Nelita we town or Coco, you're not going to push in. Right. What whenever corner, Avani, that is the speaker of the pussy. So what we are going to do is in the ordinance is a so that it is conducive. Not having proven about another town. Which was our dealing about 20 spaces. After the for the past I never been in a phone. For now, why within the CPT is a not within the CPT was a space. Somewhere not that is what I was trying to say. In conclusion, it is so. The only way that you can get rid of corruption, meanwhile, I get a move white seven countries and can get in yet. There is no way that I can get rid of corruption. But we do it collectively as a government. I cannot do that by myself. Meaning that if we want to get rid of corruption, we have to vote for PRC into power. That's the only way that we can get rid of corruption. Number two, as I close, in 2009 to 2010, in leadership here, my councillor, 2009-2010, when there was that constitution making process, I was the vice president with junior parliament. Nadia Dutai junior parliament. 2009-2010, I was the vice president with junior parliament. And we are the ones who advocated with it. Let there be a new constitution. And in that constitution, they advocated for the devolution of power. Or to let the people of that area benefit from their own resources. let all people from that area benefit from their own infrastructure. Now, what did happen when ZANU PF won in 2013? The former president then decided to I postponed it to 2018. And we are saying now, as we take over power, as we assume power, we are going to make sure the devolution comes into fruition. The devolution here, let them benefit from his material. Let us not go and fish about from outside till we have capable leaders in the material and let them benefit from the then benefit from the
abanye sebesalekele njalo nesikhathi sethu sesidliwe ngumangoyi siyabonga kakhulu bakithi isikhathi vele kaseneli. Usually we run out of time if issues are hot and burning, but right now I'd like to give an opportunity to the President, Lorraine Spanda, the Chia National President, who is also the first president who is a woman, who is black, and for this organization called International StreetNet International. She's the first president for StreetNet International, which represents informal workers organizations in the world from as far as Asia, Europe, and the Americas, all over Africa as well. 55 affiliate organizations from 49 countries. She is the first president of that organization, the first woman president, and first black president. So she holds many decades and many decades. Siyaziqhenya ngaye umama wokuqala umuntu omnyama wokuqala uba ngupresident walenhlanganiso okuthiwa yi-StreetNet International. Siyabonga, sikunika ithuba mama.
Thank you very much for such a good moderation. Now I've stood up to say a few words of thanks. Thank you to everyone who took their time to come to this activity,
where we were talking to our prospective members of parliament and councillors who are very busy as we are now left with an empty table. I will talk to the empty table to say when members of parliament and councillors are summoned by the people to come and answer to the people, they must not dismiss themselves. They must wait for us to dismiss them. Sikhulumile zathi ayisibo chef, it's servant leadership. So okwakhathesi siyakubona ukuthi umkhuhlane lami lokhu uqhubeka ukuthi umember of parliament no-councillor uqakathekile kunabantu. Akume khonapho sibe sibakhuza iprogram lesesiyigoqa kodwa kuphelanga. Salani libabuza libagrila libakhuze futhi ukuthi bayekele ukuthi banganxuswa bese besikhipha bona ngama-bad manners yikungahloniphi abantu. What I would like to emphasize is the fact that as we round up this program, let this not be the end. Continue talking to these prospective candidates as they come to campaign in your homes, in your communities. Grill them, interview them, and make your demands known to them. And also after the election, we shall be back to evaluate if they have fulfilled what they promised. Sizaphendula njani election ngaphela. Ngithanda ukugoqa ngalesi sikhathi ngoba isikhathi sethu sesihambile. Sizabuyela futhi sihlabele ngoba thina sibhekele nje sisempini ebuhlungu kodwa ubuhlungu bethu sibukhipha ngengoma. We are in a painful struggle as informal economy workers, but we lessen the pain through song and dance. Sizabuyela engomeni yethu yebhoreni bakobulawayo, Bulawayo ebuhle, bantu abahle, bantu abalungileyo, abandlela zimhlophe. Sithi inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yajama, inkonkoni yatama. Kageni kongkong yatama. Kongkong yatama. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kongkong yatama. Yatama. Kageni kongkong yatama. Kongkong yatama. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kongkong yatama. Kongkong yatama. Kageni kongkong yatama. Kongkong yatama. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kuti kampote. Kongkong yatama. Kongkong yatama. Ngiyabonga. Kulenye futhi ingoma special request eceliweyo. Icelwe ngabanye bethu. Ingoma lesayishabele Masvingo. We sang this song in Masvingo because it's a Shona speaking area. It's a Shona song. But quickly, because we are talking, revolution is the new revolution. I translated it to Ndebele. Nizayishabela ngesindebele livume. Kulula ukuvuma nguhiya kuphela. Ingoma lethi limuka haya wena limuka mina ngilele mvukile wena limuka sosenza iqalisa limuka wena limuka mina ngilele mvukile wena limuka. This song speaks to the candidates. We are saying in years gone by, we voted blind. We voted because a certain political party was popular. We did not vote for what people could offer. We did not vote after interrogating our candidates. But in this age, we have changed. We want to interview. Hear what they have to offer. Sifuna ukuzumfuna ngogodo. Sizwe ukuthi umuntu esivotelayo umuntu osizwelayo yini. Kumbe sivotela abantu abazasidudula. Basikhethise njengomunye ukhulu owathi ama-vendors yidoti. Wathi eHarare ake kuthanyelwe. A certain old man, before his departure, declared that vendors are dead. The city of Harare should be swept. Today we say we shall not vote for anyone who criminalizes us. Asisoze simvotele umuntu othi siyidoti esenza izigangi thina sizisebenzele. Limuka wena limuka mina ngilele nivukile wena limuka. Limuka wena limuka mina ngilele nivukile wena limuka. Umakhi ukhona uyasisekela mina ngilele nivukile wena limuka. Isai ikhona iyasitikisa mina ngilele nivukile wena limuka. Ubaba ukhona iyasitikela mina ngilele nivukile wena limuka. Limuka wena limuka mina ngilele nivukile wena limuka. Limuka wena limuka mina ngilele nivukile wena limuka. Africa ngoba kukobulawayo benginesizungu lokho ngibhodi ilizwe lonke namhla mfikile ekhaya athi mina phuma kobulawayo phumela uveze esibhedlela ngifuna ukulibhabhayisa sithi ikonkoni yadama ikonkoni yadama ikonkoni yadama ikonkoni yadama ikonkoni yadama
Let's do it together. We are closing together. Bichamba! Bichamba! Bichamba!
Thank you, Helen Zanda. Siyabonga umhlangano wethu is now coming to an end sesemaphethelweni. Siyabonga bakithi zakhamizi zakobulawayo, informal traders, you never disappoint. Then nxa kungathiwa kulomhlangano wezakhamizi wabantu bakobulawayo ngiyakwazi ukuthi kuyabe kugcwele hole futhi ayesaba ukukhuluma indaba zethu. Makuhlale kunjalo bakithi. We'd like to thank those who are watching online. Thank you for joining us. We are wrapping up this program. My name is Pusisi Wendongudebe. I'd like to thank you for the honor to come and moderate this meeting. And I wish that all those MPs, it said that we only have one of them remaining. Isn't that a telltale sign of how they treat us or what they think of us? Huh? Only one of them remains up there by you. I think for me it says a lot about how they regard us as a people. Are we important to them? There is that young man. I hope one day when we look up and we are holding them to account, he will still be out there to answer to us what he promised and what he said. Lasebesukile ukuthi bazathi basithembisani babelokhe bekhona yini athi siyabonga kakhulu zakhamizi zakobulawayo ngicela ukubisela ngihle ngithethe konke right. So ngizambonga ubaba, thank you for coming and thank you for staying, and thank you to everyone that made this meeting possible. I would like to release you maybe to close as well with a word of prayer from anyone who's reading, who's a tambe kuhle bakithi sivule ngomthandazo kasivaleni ngomthandazo. Ngicela volunteers asifuleke.
15 June, Bulawayo at City Pentecostal Hall. 18 June, Mutare at Moffat Hall, Sakuva. 20 June, Gweru at YWCA Hall, Bukoba 1. 22 June, Harare, venue to be confirmed. All meetings start at 10 a.m. and end at 1 p.m. 2018 Zichia Town Hall meetings in partnership with CIPE. Let your voice be heard. See you there.